Hiya.
Ryan.
Mikey.
And Kyle.
And Steven. Welcome back, everybody, to Elemental Evils, Episode 4, which this time I can say the title from the start, which is Episode 4, Greed Like Fathomless Water. When we last left our Mole Master uh, novice adventurers, a Fearnival was the day's docket of activities for Mistress Vaj's 10-day party, run by the mysterious Miss. And for our eagle-eared viewers, a nice throwback to the flag campaign. Brought a menagerie of fear-inducing spectacles to be shown to the many attendees of Mistress Vaj's 10-day party. The party took up various jobs, with Rory taking a serving position with Crewmeg from the Oxpit Tavern, especially after their success with Crewmeg the adventure before. Jasper and Jove got a taste of kind of these spectacles to come, seeing what I can disclose now as a kind of a cage of scarecrows that all directed their fear effect on the two characters. Surprisingly, both of which failed, revealing some of their deep-seated fears come to light, a little more intense than either one was anticipating. And then, of course, Freddy spending
Shit himself.
After escorting Thrindrazi and having the opening volley of the show, what I will now reveal as a spectator in a sealed glass orb, reflecting its many fear rays out to a large audience. Freddy did indeed, as more or less as well as Saul, who nearly shot himself as well, in front of Mistress Vaj and Thrindrazi. Of course, that was only the beginning of an even far scarier spectacle, as a Bahir, who wrapped itself around this kind of glass orb, spoke some words in Draconic that no one in our party was privy to that information, and blasted our young ranger in the back with a full stream of electricity, which struck the very rock-looking dragon egg, at least from Joe's perspective, in the back, causing it to crack open and reveal a shimmering kind of moving light of metallic kind of energy and skin beneath the egg before going back to this kind of dull, rocky appearance. As many people evacuated the party, and the party got put itself back together, Jove revealed to Rornik the kind of mysterious beginnings in the family tale of the dragon egg that Jove keeps, before then heading over to rejoin Freddy and Jasper as the place kind of began to clear out. Not before running into one Zorblazin Stowe, who, with Jasper standing behind Jove to protect from the kick, and Freddy stepping in front using his recently soiled drawers to get to the point of the exchange, were hired to find Sebastian Stowe, the wayward son of Sir Blazin Stowe. As the party reconvened, Jove told the rest of the party about the dragon egg, which, according to Jasper, looks a lot like a rock. It's not a rock, at least Jove proclaims. As they went down into the docks to the kind of seedier part of town, where they went to the Leaning Boots, an underground kind of bar where nothing but the most sorts of nefarious, it's like the bar on Tatooine. Nothing but bad things are happening there. Looking for an individual named Ilva, the kind of lady love of Sebastian Stowe that Jove had privy information about. With some very bad and then very good roles to play very badly, Freddy led out a group of rough, piratey-looking individuals out of the bar, giving a chance for the party to interact with Mixie, supposedly a friend of Ilva. And Mixie immediately began to run afterwards. Joe paid some gold coin to Ma, the proprietor of the bar, to get some information about Mixie and Ilva, and kind of Sebastian Stowe, where their potential whereabouts might have been, as Mixie made a break for it, and Freddy got closer and closer to being surrounding. What started off as would have been a like dockside brawl quickly turned into an absolute murder fest as both Jasper and Jove back to back crits took 2 out of 6 of these dudes out. Rory almost knocking a third one unconscious before those guys even had a chance to take their turns. So they all booked it. The party regrouped, Freddy unharmed, and them pretty much looking right as rain. Began to follow Mixie, found her apartments, and with a little bit of gold and some calming words, were able to hear about a shack in the Zent ghetto where a red-haired dwarf was speaking about letting your passions burn bright and allowing you to burn away the old you to experience what this life could bring you. All sorts of strange musings, which gave our adventuring party a lead into the Zent ghetto. There they did find the shack that Mixie spoke of, guarded by 2 dwarves. And after a bit of conversation and flashing the cloak medallion, a fight broke out as one of the dwarves screamed out that the cloaks had arrived. The fight was nearly lethal, as all our good fights are, as the dwarves' beards turned to flame, and as the party began to round up on a victory against their foes, the shack itself erupted into flames. As Ilva and some other individuals inside ran out, Jasper and Rory both ran in, trying to find Sebastian Stowe. Successfully, they found him, but underneath a burning log, just like Batman in Batman Begins. Even with disadvantage, Jasper was able to roll high enough to just strong woman that burning log off of Sebastian Stowe. And with some help from the other party members, they were able to get Sebastian and themselves out of this burning shack before it collapsed in on itself. The flames, however, not expanding, reaching out to the other kind of shanty town and wooden buildings in the Zent ghetto, instead seeming to almost pull inwards, as if through magical means. The party then took Sebastian Stowe, Ilva, over to Mixie's apartment, had some words about love and the finer things of life, but the party successfully returns Sebastian Stowe to his familial home, where, after a stern word to some of the retainers from the House Stowe, paid the party double what his father had offered. The party split the gold amongst themselves, even Jove receiving a potion of fire resistance from Ilva as her own personal thanks for saving Sebastian. We now return to the party on the 8th day of Mistress Vaj's 10-day event. It is the early morning as Jasper, you come back to Mistress Vaj's, the kind of remnants of the late party goers leaving. Some of the morning individuals go. You can see that there is um, a number of strangely dressed individuals, all from not quite nobles' fineries, but definitely people trying to impress. As you pass them, you can see different boxes and sculptures and large canvases being kind of funneled from the front entrance into the house as you make your way down to the servants' quarters to Saul, while the rest of you are beginning to awake from the night before. So I will ask all but Jasper in this moment, what are your guys' kind of morning rituals? So Jove, we'll start with you. As Jove kind of wakes up in the morning at Mistress Vaj's quarters, um, how does your morning start?
Well, I think first off, Jove would spend some time just kind of studying the egg. I'm not sure how much time he had the night previous to really get to look over it in fine tooth detail and really understand kind of what happened, considering the day before was so much happened. So I think really his morning routine is gonna be kind of doing that, and then he's gonna start drafting up a letter that he wants to send back to his gaffer back in Featherdale.
You look at the egg, and it's in many ways unchanged, as it has always been that same kind of rocky hard substance with the um, strange writings and runes that are much less carved, almost like grown on the outside of this, and then of course the very noticeable crack. But it still hasn't had any of that kind of metallic light bleed from it since the Behir struck you days before. Much to your either excitement or annoyance, depending on how Joe wants to interpret that.
Definitely annoyance. And in that letter, he is going to really explain everything that happened in kind of the most candid way he can to his gaffer Caldwell.
Your letter is produced and sent out. Luckily, Mulemaster does have many means to get that out. So you finish your letter to your gaffer, send it out back to Featherdale.
Specifically, his oddity shop back there, because I wanted to go straight to him. Don't want Daddy's prying eyes on it.
Straight to your gaffer's oddity shop. Indeed, it is sent off. Your letter having successfully been sent. You also know that it could be a matter of 10 days before something gets back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, let's shoot on up. Freddie, how does your morning begin?
I'd like to start my morning by I like to tune my lute, really get the strings in the right places. Kind of a meditative exercise, as much as I would want to meditate. And while I'm doing that, also just making sure I'm keeping track of everything that's going on, because things have been kind of crazy. So I think about the little Timmy the dead badger and what he said, and the like dead miner's note, and the script that was on the gold band, and just making sure that I don't have any of those answers yet, which I don't. So
No, quite an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Um,
truly.
and an early morning annoyance, much like Jove, as you sit and strum and tune your lute, thinking over on these, hanging on a kind of like a mannequin bust, the nice clothing that you received from Mr. Savage, still there, no longer soiled thanks to Thrindrazi's prestidigitation, um, but close by, kind of signaling your area of the servants' quarters.
Hmm.
And then, Rory, how does your morning begin?
Yeah, so I think after Rory wakes up and kind of, you know, gets the dust out of the eyes and is situated a little bit, I think he just kind of has some stuff from the other night, just kind of has everything on his mind and almost a little bit thinking about home. So he's going to even just kind of sit probably near the bed. If there's a window nearby, he'd have the blinds open and just try and go through his breathing cycles right now and do whatever he can to like envision himself up top at the glacier as he's going through doing his yellow breath techniques right now.
Yeah, you're pretty used to doing this. Even on Momaster's brightest days, the sky still seems kind of gray. Even with the early morning lights, it's enough for you, but it pales in comparison to the top of the monastery, the top of the glacier. But you go through. Some, the people that bunk around you have grown accustomed to your kind of strange meditation, breathing exercises, the hyperoxygenation of your blood as you breathe through. But the morning starts off at least calmly enough. Jasper, as you are entering in, you actually run into Saul as you both are heading down into the personal quarters, and he looks to you. Hey, Jasper, I feel like I haven't seen you in a day or two. Pretty crazy stuff with that funeral, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't very shook up, but a couple of my friends were, so I had to keep an eye on them. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. A good friend Freddie really had a crappy situation when that came up.
Yeah, you sure fucking did.
Yeah, well, sometimes things are shitty,
It's even better the second time.
A real number two, if you will.
So what the fuck do you need me doing today?
So we're having kind of after everything with the fear and all. Mr. Svaj decided that we needed to tone it down a little bit after that. You know, all publicity is good publicity, but you can't have all of whatever the fuck that was happening all the time. So what do you know about art?
Rich people love it.
Yeah, they sure fucking do. Well, we're having kind of a gallery today, so you and your people, as soon as we find them, it'll be typical stuff, making sure nobody touches the art exhibits, not getting their fingers all over it. We got some
Is that a thing?
new.
Do people touch art? Why would they do that?
I don't know. Some people like to look with their hands, not their eyes, I guess.
Alright. Some people fucking stupid.
Yeah, that we agree on. So yeah, we're gonna have yeah, Merum Tem's supposed to come in. He's apparently this big big trooper. Apparently knows like every song that's ever been sung. I don't fucking believe that for half a minute, but that's what they say. And this Andric Goss supposed to be this up and coming artist, real like supposed to have like real dark hair, the gloomy type, but apparently his art's amazing.
I see.
Yeah, apparently related to some big blade or whatever, house House Goss, whatever it is. But
I think I've heard that name in passing once or twice.
yeah, no, it sounds familiar. But all blades are like he's not even a real blade. He's the nephew of a blade. So
I see.
don't feel like you gotta kick his ass too much. Just make sure that none of his art shit gets touched, and he should be fine.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Excellent. You're going to find your other compatriots, including that vomit comet with the green skin.
Yeah, I was looking around for them. You don't know where they are?
Yeah, fuck, I'm not in charge of finding out where they sleep. I know where
Yeah,
Freddy's at, of course, but
let's start with him. I'll go find him. Where's he at?
yeah, let's go this way. He leads you down into Freddy's kind of section with and Freddy's is a little more private since it's got the stand and everything towards a little bit away from the rest of the other servants. And Freddy here, hey Freddy,
Yeah, what's up? What do you want?
rise and shine. We got work to do.
All right. Work is work. Work is work. Right?
I think you just said
Sure.
the same thing 4 times. Does that make it better? Is that a bad thing?
I think it translates to let's fucking do it and shut up.
Good attitude. So, we're having an art gallery today. I need you to be the nice face. I need you to wait up at the front. You're looking for a Merum Tem and another one of them Thavians. I think his name's fuck. Hold on. He pulls out kind of like a little notebook, leather bound thing, and Azak Throm. He's Red Wizard type. I mean, they all look the fucking same to me. So,
So who are these people? What were their names?
Merum Tem. That's Marim, and then last name Tem, Tem. Supposed to be male half elf. Supposed to be, he's one of your bard types, And then the other one is Azak Throme, Azak Throme.
Okay.
Yeah, just get them to the art gallery. Make them feel all right. You do so well with Throndrazi, so I mean, whatever you do with them fans, it keeps working. So I'm gonna let you handle that.
I guess I'll shit my pants in front of them. I don't.
I mean, if that's what they fucking like, I don't know.
All right.
Just get them in there. Make sure that they know where to go. That they feel like they're important. You don't want them casting any of that weird Thayan magic or shit like that. I mean, I know they get the pass because they're Thayans and everything, but I don't know. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
I'll do what I can.
Great. You where's the other half of yous? The one with the green skin that's not an orc, and of course, my halfling little brother, Jove.
I don't really know. I just kind of work with them.
Well, fuck. Alright, hold on. Let me go. Leaves Freddy, you, and Jasper alone for the moment as he goes to look for Jove and Rory.
So what are you doing while I'm entertaining these two special boys?
I'm protecting the art of some schmooze named Andric Goss. I don't know if you know who the hell that is, but
Not particularly. So you're bodyguarding some paintings.
yeah, apparently people want to touch those. I don't really
What's
really
wrong with
know.
touching them?
Well, 'cause people suck and they're clumsy and they knock shit over all the time.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I get to talk to two fancy blokes.
That does make me feel a little better that you have to do that while I just get to stand in front of some stupid art. So yeah. Sucks to suck. She walks out of the room.
It sure does. Yeah, fucking.
Where'd Saul go?
You catch Saul, kind of zigzagging through different corridors until a couple rooms down. You see him enter one and just, hey, Jove, I'm a comment. You in here?
Who is it?
Who the fuck do you think it is?
Well, that could be just about anybody in Mulemaster. It's early in the morning, already yelling at me, calling me names. Must be Saul.
There you go. See, I knew you'd get it. You're clever like that.
He'll open the door and let him in. Just to be abundantly clear. So, are we in are Rornak and I in like a multi-use bunk space, like a barracks kind of? Nice.
Yeah, like a servant's kind of bunks. With like chests at the edge. Better than a hostel, less good as a hotel.
And I'm not sure if Rornak is still meditating, but if he is, he's just going to kind of come and put a hand on him instead of yelling at him to try and get him out of his state.
Rornak's eyes kind of start to shift open a little bit, almost like he's waking up a second time. Something come up, or?
Well, it looks like we got work to do. Looks like the whole bunch is here. So, what's on the slate today there?
All right. Jove, you're going to be working with, our favorite masked wonder, Jasper. Jasper!
Yeah, right fucking behind you.
You got a quiet step. All right. Joe, you're gonna be working with Jasper again since you seem to work so well together. Making sure we're having an art gallery today, making sure people aren't touching shit they're not supposed to. Uh, also, you twos are good at finding stuff, right?
Well, yeah, I can find whatever you need.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, depends, but I can do that.
She's selling herself short.
Is that
I
a
can say
fucking
that
joke?
because I'm a halfling.
Could see Jasper calculate.
Jove is definitely taller. Good tall.
You use detect magic, you can see all the math symbols around.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all right. I don't want to make a big deal about this, but have you seen Delora and Irene lately? I got reports that I think one of them ain't been showing up, and then if you run into them, they seem all confused. We get spilling on guests, but every time I go to look for them, can't find either one of them.
I did notice something weird about the way Dilora was acting. So, yeah, that tracks.
You keep an eye out for them, you know.
Sure will. Tired of getting
They just-
fucking lied to. God.
They've just not been showing up then lately, or do we even know where they are?
Like that's the thing, you know. I went and talked to Laura, and she said that Lyrene was there, but she, yeah, it's got other people, and Lyrene hasn't been here, in like the better part of a day. They're basically twins. They're with each other all the time, so it's always weird seeing one of them, and then, what you're saying, have one of them lied. Something's up there, I don't want to say that, they're trying to form a grift or something like that, but, it's been known to happen with outside help.
Well, they're clearly troubled, and you just want us to keep an eye out for them? Is that really it?
Yeah, they're real good looking, real popular with some of our guests, Just keep an eye out.
Well, Saul, are they living here at the estate right now?
Nah. They're, looks both ways. They're refugees from Zent, Like, I think they stay with their own kinds. I don't know whether exactly they stay. They just don't stay here. At least that's what rumors say. Just keep an eye out. If you spot one of them, see what's going on.
Noted. Will do.
And you, Vomit Comet.
Yes. That's a very fascinating one. I have not heard that yet. Props. Anyways, what were you asking?
You're gonna be helping out a different kind of establishment today. So you've been working with Crew Meg a lot. He's got some shit that he's doing today. You're looking for the owners of the Wave and Wink. It's a big old dance hall on kind of the northern part of the city. Yeah, looking for the Brizzicks, human folks. They're kind of all look the same to me. You'll see them. They've got all sorts of blue shit on the front, bringing in barrels, everything. You're supposed to help bring that in service. And I know a guy who, as long as you don't give him any of it, he'll keep it all down.
Gotcha. Sounds simple enough.
All right, everybody know what they're supposed to be doing. I gotta get going. Looks to each of you for confirmation.
Gives a big old okay sign.
Just a nod.
Runic will do a slight bow.
All right, yeah, Hines. And Saul begins to go to other rooms and starts. You can hear just kind of a little ruckus from room to room as Saul goes through and begins. He's got his little leather kind of book out and starts yelling. All right, you're going over here. You're helping moving sculptures today. You. As he goes down the hall.
You don't need to bow to him, right?
What would you suggest I do then?
Just like I don't know, fucking whatever you do with everyone else. Do you bow to everybody?
I mean, typically.
That's so weird, dude.
I don't know. What's the main way to do here? I see handshakes a lot. Should I do that next time?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be nice, you do a handshake. If you want to, just be normal, maybe just a nod, just like you know, just like an acknowledgement in their direction of some kind, but maybe
Yeah,
not a
well,
bow.
that's what the you really never bow?
Want to
I
show a
mean,
note of kindness, you can always just say like bye or farewell or see you
right, it's
soon.
just weird because, like, here in, I don't know how you do it where you're from, but Mom Master, like, you bow to people when, like, they got, like, something over you, like they're a lord or some shit, not when it's, like, it's some dude's servant you just bowed to, like,
Well, he just gave me a job. Should I not bow then? I don't think I understand the dynamics on this one.
You know
I
what?
didn't think about it that way. Nah, it's still weird. It's still weird. We'll work on it.
Just let me know who I should shake and who I should bow. I think that I
All
I'll
right,
talk
you
with
know
you
what?
later. I can use the help. Yes.
Yeah, just look at me, and I'll nod or shake my head when you should bow.
I'll shake your hand when you should bow.
Would I ever do both? Is that no? That's too
No,
forthcoming.
that's
I will never do
definitely
that.
too much. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? When bowing is already too much most of the time? Come on. All right, we need to get fucking going.
All right. As the morning continues, everybody go ahead and roll me a d20. Just flat. Don't add anything to it.
I got an 18.
Nice, I got a 15.
17.
18,
Ooh.
15, 16, and 17?
Can we get the 16?
Fuck it. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, who got the 15?
That was me.
That was you. Um, Jasper, you go into kind of the main hall. The Vaj estate has been kind of redone. Everything's been kind of moved out, so it's much like a larger kind of like a big gallery now, without the different furnitures and things adorning the
Mhm.
walls, any sort of like paintings or sculptures or anything that of Mistress Vaj's has been moved out, and you can see now the um, I will say Jove you as well. We'll
Mhm.
keep you guys together.
Yeah.
As you enter, and you can see these long, big canvases are being carried in. You see sculptures of different kind of magical beasts at different points. Some of humans, of elves. But the big kind of showcase are these three really kind of they're not quite murals, but kind of like landscape paintings. Three kind of pictures of Mole Master. They're incredibly well done, if a bit kind of gloomy. But in each one of these, like one shows the Tower of the Blades, like on a horizon scape. The other shows the Traveler's Inn, which is a really popular, really expensive kind of bar, and then the other one shows like the Bay of Mole Master at kind of sunset. Each one has just this, um, in one place has a big kind of like. Go ahead and roll me insight, actually, as you're looking at these paintings.
Both of us?
Yes, yes, please.
I got a 10.
With
10?
my -1, that's a 10 as well.
A 10? Yeah, you notice that there's only one place that always seems to have color in the tavern. It's like a fireplace. In the Bay of Mulemaster, it's like the rising sun, and then in like the Tower of the Blades kind of landscape one, the tower itself seems to have a lot of light coming from it, and it really draws the eye for each one. They're well done, but there just seems to be a lot of kind of gloominess behind them. And as you're looking around, there's a bunch of people kind of milling in and out, setting things up. You see one individual. He's kind of a probably in his mid 20s at oldest, wearing kind of the um, silks of somebody with money, but kind of wrapped up in these really kind of artsy furs that really clash with the rest of his outfit. Tons of orange all kind of strewn throughout it. He's got black hair that's been shaved on kind of all the sides, with it left long on top, kind of pushed forward and hangs off to one side. Who is kind of looking at each one, moves from side to side to side. Jasper, you specifically would recognize this individual immediately.
It's Andric.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, she nudges Jove. That's the artist right there.
All right, and that's who we're making sure is safe during all this, alongside that no heathens touch the paintings. Who does that in this city?
I know, they clutch their pearls. I'll leave the talking to you, because I get the impression that if I interact with this individual for more than a couple seconds, there may be physical violence. So let's have you go first.
Might I remind you, the last time that I talked to somebody in furs and silks, they kicked me in the chest.
You know, I have faith in you, though.
All right, well, just get my back.
Will do.
Jove will approach this gentleman. Is this Azok or
Andric?
Andric. And he is going to kind of come, not try and stand in front of him or anything, but he's just going to do a little bow and say, Sir Andric, I'd just like to let you know that me, myself, is Jove, and my friend here, Jasper, here today. We're on detail to make sure that nothing happens to your beautiful works of art, and that if you need anything, feel threatened, or just have some annoying critics who just don't quite get it, you just let us know, and we'll make sure to hurry them on out of here.
Do you think someone would do something to my paintings?
Oh, no.
Are my paintings in danger? And you can already start to see this kind of sweat begin to pile on him. That just kind of the eyes go wide immediately as he's hasn't looked to you. It's just like fixated on each one of these three paintings, darting between the three of them quickly.
Sir, I didn't mean to cause you any undue stress. I just letting you know, hopefully as a way to relieve your stress, that if anything were to be happening here, we would be able to stop it right in its tracks. But consider us just just another fixture of this here building. We'll be making sure that nothing happens, but there is no no plans. We haven't heard any scuttlebutt. We just know that the Mistress Savage has been inviting lots of people in and out of this estate, and we're just here to make sure that you are comfortable, sir.
I'm never comfortable. There's much these hands can do. Do you ever feel it? This yearning to make things the way you see them?
Well,
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Of course. I think there's a sensation in all of us to drive to create and express oneself. Some do it, like yourself, masterfully through paints and oils and canvas, and others of us, we have another set of skills.
Yes, you're so right. We can bring so much into this place with the passion, skills. Yes.
And I'm just let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds here, sir. But I'm paid to notice these kind of things, and you seemed a little on edge on the note of somebody here to hurt your paintings. You're not expecting anything? or nothing like that, right? The only reason I ask is it would help me and my colleague here if you had any reason to expect that there might be some trouble afoot.
It's my job as an artist to bring my pain to an audience, and people want to get rid of their pain. Therefore, they must be wanting to get rid of my paintings.
Is that why they call them paintings?
Yes.
That makes
No.
sense.
Yes.
If anybody does
Jasper rolls her eyes.
that, well said to the both of you. But if anybody does that, we'll make sure we bring the pain because that's our job.
And he pushes kind of his black hair back and looks to you for the first time, and his eyes are this shade of really light brown. They almost kind of look orange and kind of in this lighting, and stares into you, and it's just there are kind of dark circles underneath his eyes. He just looks almost a bit kind of gaunt, very much the tortured artist type of thing going on, and just kind of looks, and just the look goes from looking in your eyes to kind of push past and nods and then turns right back, and it's almost as if you weren't there at all as he kind of just zooms back into his paintings.
Jove will look at Jasper and whisper, "Well, I think that went well. Let's go here and collect some gold."
Yeah, no kicks. No kicks at all.
Hey, maybe I'm starting to fit in this place.
You know, you're well on your way.
As you guys begin making kind of your rounds, watching different people bring different sculptures and other paintings in, keeping an eye out on anybody with maybe too many mimosas this morning, which switch over to Freddy. Freddy, you after getting yourself ready, you head towards the front gates as they just seem to keep putting you towards, and it's only a matter of time before you go ahead and roll me a perception check, actually.
See, that wasn't a flat d20 with nothing added for no reason. That was an actual roll. So, perception, that's a 9.
A
Oh, wait,
9.
passive of 11.
Passive of 11. With your passive, it's not an individual, it's a gaggle of individuals, as you see this group of 6 or 7 people. Mostly it seems to be kind of young young human males and females, many of them dressed in kind of merchant tier clothing, are just fawning and surrounding this individual. He's a half elf, and he's got this beautiful curly kind of golden brown hair that kind of wreaths his head, very almost cherub like. He walks, and he's got a lute, and he's got like the little almost kind of Robin Hood hat pushed on top of it, with just this really and you would notice with the arts, the as much as he's got kind of niceries on, the lute itself is an exquisite piece of instruments. I mean, the it's looks like it was all carved of like a single piece of wood, like every string immaculately kept. It's got all sorts of almost kind of wood and musical notes, kind of carved into it in various colors of like greens and golds, and just casually strumming it. And oh, thank you, you've all been so kind. Would you please allow me to have the privilege of your audience tonight at the gallery? But alas, I must make my farewell for now. Until then, and you see, it's just a disgusting display, as many, both men and women, just, oh my god, and just like the flowering as he kind of moves his way past and uh, walks up to you, and I believe I'm expected.
As long as the name is Merim 10.
Of course you know my name. My reputation does so precede me. Good on you,
Apparently.
my gentleman, for recognizing my grandeur and brilliance.
Well, it wasn't hard with someone as high stature as yourself.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Deception. I actually took that as one of my proficiencies. Too bad I roll bad. That's an 8.
An 8.
No.
That's a +5. I rolled my
God.
18th 30 of the campaign.
Christ.
Oh
Wow.
Oh no!
No, that's probably not an accurate number, but it is above 10. I've rolled 3 above 10 times.
Oh dear, lying is so beneath you. Come, bring a smile out. You know you've never fully dressed without one. And just reaches over and gives you like a nice little pat on the cheek. And it's just his hands are. He's got all of like the musician calluses that you're expecting, but his hands are so soft. They've got a really fragrant kind of flowery smell to them, and uh, just the makes it almost makes kind of your skin crawl. Just how soft. Uh.
Wow, soft yet callousy. How I've dreamed of the day.
Oh my god.
Small dreams for small people, but enough about you, more about me. I believe you're to lead me to my grand stage for the night.
That is one of my duties, and so shall it be done. Come with me.
Straight to the point. Lovely. And he just begins to walk behind you, lets you lead the way, strums, makes eyes at anybody who's walking by. Yes, you're right, it is me. Of course. Yes, come, wait till my performance later. Just he almost sways side to side as he follows you into there. Um, as you are leading him into the gallery to his kind of performance area, we'll switch over to Rornak. Rornak, you are set up kind of in your usual spot where Krumeg would be at with his different barrels of full sail. When you see a go ahead and roll me perception.
Can do. That's a 14.
A 14. You do see a kind of a host, a small group of probably 4 or 5 people. They're bringing in barrels, and each one has like this kind of blue wave on the outsides, kind of where like the casing on the outside of the barrel would be. It's got kind of blue accents on it, um, and you see leading it is a human female. Um, she's got brown hair that's cut kind of short, almost Raven from Teen Titans, the cartoon, of course, from the mid 2000s. Um, and even here, while her upper body is kind of covered, she's got more almost the equivalent of like leggings on, and you can see that she's got incredibly strong legs, like even enough for you to be like, wow, that's impressive from your monk background, especially in kind of the calves and like the thighs.
Rory's definitely like, wow, she must have good form. Nice.
Um,
She
and,
breathe? I wonder.
yes, and then she's currently kind of got a male half elf. He's got the same kind of similar stylings. He's got brown hair that's been kind of cropped tightly around the ears, kind of in like that Matt Mercer half points, kind of almost the male version of her own hairstyle, and is pulling him. He's got like a real. He's got all of like the best elven features, but just enough human features to make him seem, I don't know, approachable. As she kind of pulls him by the ear, and you over here. Yeah, keep making your eyes at all the girls here. It's gonna be a real long one, ain't it, hubby? No, no, it's. Oh, dear, please, no. I wasn't making eyes. Just simply getting to know the people that we're going to be serving. It's gonna be fine. My ears are just so gentle. It's that half elven blood in me. Just please let go. As they approach up to you, Rory.
Um, sorry to I think interrupt something. I was sent to help with moving these barrels. Am I in the right place or?
And the woman lets go and says, you're the one that we're supposed to be meeting. Sorry if this is rude. The vomit comet, I believe.
Yeah, I just heard that one. That's been going around today. You can call me Rory. I prefer that personally.
Well, nice to meet you, Rory. I'm Kata Brizik, one of the owners of the Wave and Wink dance hall, and this miserable lout would happen to be my husband, Erden.
Oh, very nice to meet you. And he starts to go for the bow and then awkwardly puts out his hand for a handshake.
Um, the the male half of immediately grabs with both hands and pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for the help. Perhaps you could speak to my wife while I make some rounds about and make sure that we're all set up. Thank you so much. And grabs your face, kisses one side, kisses the other, and begins to hurriedly start to kind of make his way around. And you hear a loud sigh from Kata.
I was told that I shouldn't always bow. Do you all typically kiss here when you're introducing each other?
I would say that if you're a real mole master, right, the answer would be no. But if you're my husband trying to get out of work, the answer is yes.
Well, sorry about your troubles here, but well, I'm here to do whatever it is that you need me to do, so I'm at your disposal.
Can you move barrels and serve drinks?
Is that really it? Yeah. I thought you were gonna try and hit me with some of them. I mean, you did know I was the vomit comet, so I've got an experience with people doing stuff with these barrels. I don't know if you were at the show. It's a whole other thing.
Can't say that I have. The only way I probably would have seen you is if you happen to be a dancer.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it's probably good you weren't there. Vomit comet thing. Wouldn't want that on you.
No, that's a really bad way to make friends. But well, see if as a Crew Meg, right?
Umig? Oh, yeah, I am familiar. Do you know him or?
We know each other a bit. We're competitors, if I'm going to be honest, but, well, at least Crew Meg keeps it above the table most of the time.
Hmm. Gotcha. Well, I assume what you want me to do is above the table and not below the table, then, right?
Yeah, unless you're going to be a vomit comet, then do that under the table.
The hope is that there will be nothing of the sort going on today.
We're all right. Well, I know Crewmakers deals with ales, but we're more wine people here, so I hope you like wine.
I don't know if I've really had much of it before, so if all I need to do is just move it, though, then that's simple enough.
I'll let you know, Rory, that you do actually have some experience with wine. Specifically, though, blueberry wine. Your
Oh, yes.
monastery.
Right,
Your
actually.
monastery specifically, while you don't have a lot of with more foreign wines, you are very well versed in blueberry wines and the like, in its kind of process. You know one way to make it really well, and boy, have you got that down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am actually familiar with more blueberry wines. I don't really know what you have in Mole Master, but I'd be happy to try.
Oh, interesting. Blueberry. I usually hear about that from the Monastery of the Yellow Rose. Interesting. We'll have plenty of time to talk later. Let's get this place set up. So, Rory, go ahead and make me one athletics check and one sleight of hand check.
Gotcha. Ooh. Okay, well, the athletics is a crit fail,
Of course.
of course. And then sleight of hand is a 19.
A 19. Um, during the kind of unloading on this one of the barrels does indeed fall on you. You try to catch it. You're feeling real strong about it. It's like, no, as long as I'm not on top of it. And as it comes down, uh, your feet don't plant, and you take the full brunt of it to the chest, taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it
Oof.
knocks you to the
Oof.
ground.
Is there wine all over me, or did I just take a solid hit? Is all.
There is, as it cracks, there is a good leakage from it. So some gets on you, but since your body is pressed up against it, while it is leaking through and kind of from your chest outwards, is covered in wine. You're able to kind of roll it, set it on the side without losing too much of it. But you are indeed covered in wine.
Shit. Moving it to the side. Yeah.
After that physical uh, snafu, misstep, crushed by wine. What a whiny time. Uh, the rest of setting up goes much smoother. And once you found that pouring wine has always been easier, you don't have to worry about the frothiness of like an ales. So, whilst it didn't start off strong, you feel better and better about it as you're going through, giving people different drinks. It's smaller quantities in glassware, handed out. Give me one last perception check before we.
Will do. That's for a 21.
A 21. Probably in the later half of the day, once you're setting up, you're able to quickly um, glimpse Delora grab one of the large, almost kind of not quite a vase. It's almost like a pitcher of wine and refill before making her way quickly away back into the crowds.
Gotcha.
Heading towards the gallery, we'll panel back over to Freddy. After what seemed like an eternity of trying to lead Merum to his boots, almost in a Sisyphus-like way. He can see his reflection on the front of it. It's so polished, and takes some time and reflects, and then polishes it some more, tunes just like one string, and begins to play. And it's incredible. Uh, as much as he is the most obnoxious bard you have ever come into contact with, his playing is second to none. As he goes into a string of really complex, it's almost just like going up scales, but in such speed and in harmony, it almost sounds like there are two songs going on, as if he had an extra set of hands to be playing the other side. And as soon as he starts playing, the gallery begins to fill up with people, um, as the artworks are set up more and more. People begin looking at the sculptures, um, and there's just kind of this funnel effect as people are heading more and more to the big kind of landscape paintings at the back of the room from Andric. But as this is getting set up, Freddy, you begin returning your way back to the front gates to await your second special guest. And he needs no perception check. Um, that same kind of effect of people parting ways as you look out towards the front gates and see in a much shorter on the sleeves, but the same kind of red robes of the Red Wizards. this individual he's got dark, not just tan skin, but almost think like, oh gosh, like Idris Elba, just with a completely shaved head and no facial hair. But what he lacks is the distinctive tattoos of that you've seen on like Throondrazi. So he's just so clean cut compared to just how tattooed and just kind of runic that Throondrazi appears as he steps towards the front and with both hands kind of claps together in kind of like a steepling motion. Sits pleasantly, scanning.
Hey, hey, Isaac.
Yes, I am Azik. May
Isaac
I?
Bro, I'm supposed to be making you feel welcome and bringing you in.
Ah, yes, Throondrazi spoke of you, the cloak, the young cloak.
That's me, the escort service.
A pleasure to meet you, young cloak, and hands out a tanned hand towards you.
Now I don't know what you heard, but it didn't smell as bad as they say.
Oh, don't you worry about it. Fredai, I believe.
Close enough. I'm not getting paid to argue with you.
Well, Fredai, us, they, we don't balk at the excrements of the body like others do when you're in our line of work.
What's your line of work?
Well, specialties in magic. In many
Seems like a weird
schools.
specialty.
Well, I would not presume that others would be so kind. I mean, do you have an interest in the arcane? Do you shy at the thought of untold secrets through less conventional means?
Uh, I mean, it sounds alright, just as long as the wrong people don't come looking for it.
Yes, the wrong people. Fascinating to see how magic is viewed through your eyes.
Eldrazi did this too. Are y'all like profiling me and then making a dossier or something?
Oh, Throondrazi and I just share a fascination with the arcane arts, as many of us in Thay do. You are a cloak. We're peers, one might say. And peers share knowledge, do they not?
They sure do. Uh, yeah, I just don't know too much about arcane. I got my loot and I've got my natural magic ability uh through song, but I don't do a whole lot of studying.
Oh, those are simply different tools to receive the same results. Don't sell yourself short. There's much to be learned in this lifetime. But enough about my personal passion projects. I'm here to see a young artist. I believe you have a gallery set up.
I will bring you back.
Thank you. You're so very pleasant. I see one Thrindrazi spoke so highly of you. Mulmaster can be abrasive at times.
That is a word for it.
I have more. Would you care to hear them?
I would.
Excellent. And as you begin leading him, he begins to go just listing through this entire lexicon of just different synonyms for abrasive to describe Mulmaster. By the end of it, he's not wrong. Those are all correct words to use for Mulmaster. And you're
Good.
you're like, oh, that's a good word. How could I write that?
I don't know what that word is, but it sounds right.
You're like, you hear some Thayan words, and he slips into it in bits and pieces. It's a strange dialect because it has just kind of the speed and the smoothness of Spanish to it, almost Italian, but there's a certain staccato to it, a shortness and a harshness that it's almost it feels smooth like silk at times, but always has this almost rattling of. It's like the teeth have to click together, like the sound of bones comes through.
Bones.
Bones. There's a lot of bones in this book. But you do lead our new companion, Ezek, into the gallery. Leading him, he immediately looks to you, nods. Thank you, Fredai. I'm sure we'll meet again. And before you even have really a chance to, do the pleasantries, he makes almost a beeline straight for a young man with black hair that looms over forward in kind of the orange rose that we've described earlier, and puts a hand on his shoulder, and you can immediately see the kind of young man relax as they begin talking to each other and going past each painting, and you see this young man kind of really animate as soon as Azok is by his side. With all of you in the room, could I have Jasper, Jove, and Freddy make perception checks?
No, I love those.
I got a 21.
21.
There's
Or-
another 3 for a passive of 11.
3 for passive 11.
Christ, dude.
15.
15. Freddy, as soon as you enter in, despite your how much you may personally dislike, you get caught up once again in Merrim's song. Right now, he's actually going through a bit of Daleland songs. It's really almost kind of folksy, but it's almost kind of like, um, oh, "Take Me to Church" singer. Who's here?
Poser, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, has almost that kind of quality to it, and you almost can't take your eyes off that lute, because as much as he might be a prat, that lute is almost one of a kind. However, for Jasper and Jove, as now the gallery is kind of in full swing, you've seen that man in red robes go over to Andric, and seen Andric's, this what I just recently described. You also see, but about half an hour from that, as the music is playing, you see most of the guests now have kind of glasses of wine in hand. You both catch Delora filling up some guests' wine glasses with a haste, and um, Jove, you can see from here with your 21 that she um, usually looks pretty well kept and put together. You can see that, what little eye makeup she has, it seems to have been rubbed off. Her eyes seem red in kind of the stark contrast to kind of the black with blue highlights of her hair. She looks terrible.
He's gonna look over at Jasper and say, "Jasper, that's one of them twins, ain't it?"
Yeah, something seems off.
Yeah, she looks kind of like shit. You said that you two had a little bit of a rapport. Maybe you take the lead on this one.
Yeah, sure.
I'll keep eyes on our Andric guy, and I'll be checking over towards you two just in case anything comes up. Just whistle me over.
Okay, will do. Jasper makes her way over relatively quickly.
You begin heading over and follow Delora off as she exit kind of the gallery, heads towards the hall, making her way before you kind of are able to catch up to her, and she turns to you, eyes, the pupils dilate for a second. You can see that it looks like she's been crying pretty heavily of late, and she stiffens and puts on a fake smile and says, "Eh,
Nuh-uh. Time for you to tell me what's going on.
her eyes kind of drop lower, and she kind of puts the now empty wine jug and begins to just full on just start crying and just, I think something's happened to Lyrene.
Okay, well, what happened to her?
So like, my sister hates it here in Mulmaster. We're not from here. We're from Zents, and she can't stand serving people and having nobles and fucking dock workers take, try to get a handful all the time. So she looks at both sides, and she wants to join the Zenitrim.
Mm.
Just like, our grandparents and their grandparents, she wants to go back. And so, she's been going out a lot and been finding more money than I know that she makes here. And, well, she said she was going to go on a job, and I said I'd cover for her so that we could keep this going on because, take what you can when you can. That's a Mulmaster thing. And, well, she said that she finally got her in, that she only had to do one thing left. And I think she means to rob the Shrine of Umberlee.
That would be quite a feat,
She told me not to
right?
worry. Said that. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me just a history check,
Sure.
Jasper.
11.
11. Yeah. You know that there is a shrine to Umberlee called the Last Drop. It's one of those bridges that kind of cut across Mulmaster. And it is believed that anyone foolish enough to try and steal from that shrine would be cursed by Umberlee for all time. You know that lots of people go to what's called the Last Drop, this shrine, and drop either like coins or trinkets, and quite often those who are on their last drop of life will chuck themselves over the bridge into the water below and let Umberlee and the waves take them. So, yeah, there's rumored to be a lot of wealth, but a lot of bodies by the last drop. So it's no joke.
I see. Well, that sounds like a really stupid thing to do. I hear people get cursed if they do that.
But no, and I didn't think that she was gonna do anything. So, but she hasn't showed up all morning. I don't know where she's at. I'm just really worried for her. And Jasper, you said that if we needed anything, that we could ask you. I don't have a ton of money, but
Jasper puts a hand up. We'll talk about money when we get your sisters safe back safe and sound. I will be asking for money, just to be clear, but we can figure that out later. First, I'm gonna talk to my friends about this, and we'll see what we can do. Are you staying in the ghetto right now?
yeah, me and my other sisters. There's
What's that?
she kind of wipes her her eyes, and kind of finally takes that steadying breath and says, "Yeah, me and my sister stay with the other Zents."
Okay. Whereabouts?
She gives you general location in the Zent ghettos to where she and her family can be found.
Okay. You keep doing your best here, and we'll get it back.
She nods and she uh, goes. It looks almost as if she is going to embrace you for a second before grabbing the jug, kind of holding it to her chest, nods and begins to make a says, "Thanks, Jasper," and begins to make her way down the hall.
Should I ask for money now? Jasper kicks herself on the way back. But yeah, she finds Jove and kind of walks over to him and, as discreetly as she can, despite the height difference, tell him. So apparently, Lyrene has been trying to join the Zenith Trim, and she had one last thing she was supposed to do, which was rob a very popular shrine in the city, which is said to curse people who rob it, so I can't even fathom why someone would want to do that to join the fucking Zenith Trim, for God's sake. But basically, she hasn't shown up, even though she told her sister that she wouldn't do it, so that's where we're at on that. I feel like we should go check it out.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Jasper. We were asked to keep an eye out, and well, it seems like the right thing to do. I hate to get down to business, but I mean, I feel like we're getting paid to be here right now, and gold leading us off of this property has happened a couple of times before, and I'm all for saving the cat and all it were, but you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is that if we're doing this pro bono, because I'm not sure how much gold one of our fellow employees can scrape together here. Well, are we needed here for now? Well, what's our timeline on this, Jasper? What did this feel like? This was a imminent danger, death kind of situation?
I feel a little pressured to do something sooner rather than later, but I agree we do have a particularly important job apparently today. One second. Sorry, I just
Bless you.
thank you. Totally, just all my train of thought went out the window there.
Well, I mean, it's right here in the middle of the day, right? So sun's still up in the sky, and as stupid as it is to rob a shrine, well, hopefully they're not stupid enough to rob a shrine in the middle of the day. I'm sorry, Jasper. Did you tell me which shrines that they're going to be?
Umberlee.
Oh, that we passed that one the other night. Wait, how do you rob a? I mean, we kind of have a similar. It's kind of like a wishing well, right?
Yeah,
And
so it's a ton of little small amounts of copper or silver or whatever
flash
people
gems.
throw in there.
Well, I think there's two things that happen. If she's dumb enough to go and try that during the day, she'll probably end up getting dragged up by the city watch and thrown somewhere. And maybe we can, find her with a cast of colorful characters down in the old prison time. Or maybe we make ourselves a little bit of a stakeout here tonight, and we can make sure nothing unseemly happens to that there shrine.
Yeah, that sounds like sounds like a good idea. I think what was that bridge, Dom, that you said was nearby that people jump off of? Did you say
It's the
something?
last drop. It is both a shrine to Umberlee, a bridge.
Okay. I see.
Tis all the same place.
I see. Okay.
These nobles tend to start the drinking early, so
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna. I can't decide. I'll stay here for now. God damn it.
oh, don't you worry, Jasper. I think this is the. I think you're making the right choice if that means anything to you.
Thank you. No, she doesn't say thank you. She just grumbles.
It's like a.
The festivities continue. More people go into the gallery. Besides one or two drunken individuals, the day goes off without a hitch. Music is played throughout the day. Andric spends most of his time side by side with the Red Wizard, Azek. After the better part of the day, as the evening kind of approaches, parts of the gallery start getting moved off. Rory, the barrels start to become tapped from the Wave and Wink, and even Miriam takes finally does a final performance. It is now light evening, probably we'd say, since it's winter time, probably around 7 or 8. Night has descended as your guys' various shifts kind of come to a close. As the next shift of evening shifts, as it goes from more of an art gallery into the general rabble rousing, as many people have spent an all day of drinking wine and looking at art galleries. Now they have the same kind of night festivities of binge drinking, binge eating, various brawls in the back, in usual typical Mole Master fashion. As your guys' shift comes to a close.
I think Jasper would have found opportunities during the shift to tell Rornak and Freddy what was going on if they were accessible to me, at least.
Yeah, at various different times you could have popped over. So we can say that you guys all meet up at the end of your shift. Jasper having told Rory and Freddy about what's going on with Delora, as you guys all kind of come together in kind of the main courtyard. Shifts over, night ahead of you. Gold to be made.
So,
But how much upfront payment did we get?
she didn't have any on her, and I told her we'd figure it out.
Wonderful.
Listen, I don't need any fucking lip. I'm already pissed off about it.
I wasn't gonna say anything. It's just a very interesting Mole Master concept.
Well, I mean,
I
if
thought
we
I
keep-
heard.
Yeah, it's not fucking charity. I told her I was getting money out of her. But, anyway, Jove brought up going to the city watch to see if they've seen anything, but that honestly feels like a wasted time with them, so we should probably just go to the shrine and see if anyone nearby saw anything.
I think that's a solid move. Yeah, and if we catch her in the middle of the act of stealing, and she's already dredged out some coin, I mean, that's just kind of forfeiture, right? We finders keepers type of deal, or do we gotta put it back? I don't. Maybe we gotta talk to a priest or something. But
Yeah, are we supposed to keep her from stealing or just get her back? What's the nature on this one?
We're just supposed to make sure she didn't die because her sister is fearing the worst with this curse or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
Suspicious.
and even just dealing with the Xenotrim sounds like a decision. So
And they're sort of like a what, organized crime type of deal.
yeah, I mean, they're not the savoriest individuals, but
And that's by
yeah,
Mole Master standards.
they're pretty normal for Mole Master standards.
So
They're
you can
just
talk to them. Hmm.
they're just a bit more. I don't know. They're a bit more shifty because they're a smaller faction in Mole Master. They don't have so much power here.
Mm. Small ones
But-
tend to want to have the biggest bark, so I think there might be. Who's to say if this friend of yours is trying to prove something? Maybe she's not going to be so willing to just march back home to her sister. All I'm saying is that we may need to apprehend this individual with a little bit of force, if necessary.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play it by ear, but I trust all of you to make good calls in the moment. You've all done good so far, so
I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
don't get fucking used to it.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
Well, should we go to the shrine then?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I've got nothing going on with my end. Let's go ahead and do that. By the way, strangers think somebody kissed me when I greeted them. Is that normal here? I need a refresh on the etiquette.
100% normal. Just about everybody does it.
Why don't I see you do it?
Oh, I do it behind closed doors, my friend.
Oh, so it's not usually a public thing. That's
It
interesting.
means that you're close friends. You should do
Oh,
that
but
to
I
people
don't
that.
know him. What?
Oh, you do now. He thinks he knows you.
I. How do relationships work here? I need a course on this one from all of you.
You're friends now. You did it. You made a friend.
Sounds like he wants to give you a course later, if you know what I mean.
Let's go to the church, everybody.
Let's go to church.
It's weird. You've never seen his green skin look so red before, especially towards the ears. But you guys head over to the last drop. It's not a terribly far walk, and you guys have been past this way before. You entered into the lightly crowded streets of Molemaster, leaving the Mistress Vaj's estate. If we look at our map once again, I'm going to use the orange map. So Mistress Vaj is over here, heading down the way. Here, by this 21, is where the last drop is. It's that first bridge that connects one side of the Molemaster Bay to the other.
Oh, we did walk past that.
Indeed. You come upon the last drop. It's an odd shrine to Umberlee in the Bay of Molemaster. It's made in the form of a stone bridge placed between two cliffs jutting from Bay Islands. The south side of the bridge is carved into the likeness of a scowling maiden, her mouth opened in a scream of rage. Water tumbles from the mouth into the bay below. As you guys approach, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
17.
17, a 3,
Passive 9.
a
Passive 11.
passive 11,
13.
14,
13.
13. Okay, as you guys get to the bridge, looking, you can see that it's a um, rather um, large drop from the bridge into the water below, at least 30 feet. Looking around, the bridge is relatively empty, save for one kind of vagabond-looking individual who is kind of laying up against the bridge, huddled against a bit of the cold. None of you really make note of it, except that Jove, with your 17, as you guys are passing this individual onto the bridge of the last drop, you notice that hidden beneath the strap of this kind of threadbare satchel that the man wears over one shoulder is what looks to be almost like a pennant, like a gold coin that's got a looks like a dragon, almost in the shape of a dagger, heading down in black against the gold coin. You see it only for a moment before it shifts. Go ahead and roll me insight.
Okay. Insight is going to be 16.
16? Yeah, you recognize that as a symbol of the Zenitrim. Specifically from it's the same symbol that you saw on the gates, the Zenitrim estates back in Flan.
Gotcha. Okay. He's going to try and use kind of the butt of his spear to kind of like poke Jasper to be as nonchalant as he can and point out with his head towards that individual and say, something up with that guy. I think I saw one of those Zenitrim sigils that I saw so much through Flan. Maybe we should be looking at this guy.
Yeah, why don't you follow him at a decent distance and we'll follow you.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. And yeah, Jove will start a slow pursuit of this individual, trying to kind of.
He's not going anywhere. He's laid up
I see.
against the bridge.
Oh,
He's not leaving.
Gotcha.
He's already posted up there.
Okay, so he's posted up there, and well, okay, so Jasper, I don't think he's really going anywhere. Yeah, you want me to go and kind of poke around, poke the bush, see what comes out?
Stop looking at him. But yeah.
Okay, I won't look at him, but I'll talk to him. Okay, well,
You're
I'm
just
gonna go.
being super suspicious right now.
Well, I'm gonna go do what I do best, and that is not really understand what's going on in this city. And Jove, as he kind of like makes his way to the vagabond type character, is going to be doing the classic like fresh off the boat, first time in New York City, just kind of looking around like, whoa, what's going on everywhere? And then real quick, Doms. I'm forgetting the halfling god name that you said would have been like kind of really popular in Featherdale.
I believe that is Yavilla. It is the I believe that's the kind of lead goddess of halflings. Let me double check to make sure.
Yondala. Okay. So he's gonna kind of approach this individual and try to catch their attention and say, "Hey there, fella. Hey, I was hoping you can help somebody new in town here. I just came this way through Flan. I don't know if you knew what happened there, but my fortunes landed me here in this town, and I'm a man of faith of myself, and I was wondering if you knew if there's any spots that I could pay my respects to my halfling god, not Gondola, Yondala. Is that ring a bell to you? I see you hanging out here, and this is what, and he's gonna point over to that statue and say, so what, Umberlee? So you here paying respects too here?
Hey man, I don't know a Yondola, but you know, if you're trying to see Umberlee, you're in the right place, man. And as this kind of vagabond speaks to you, you can see that he's got long black hair that seems unkempt, but as he kind of turns up towards you with kind of this almost glossy-eyed look to you, you can see that he's clean shaven, well kempt, well fed, and while he's trying to look glossy eyed, he's sharp eyed. Completely opposite of what a vagabond should look like.
Oh well, I only know the most passing reference of Umberlee. You care to give me a little history lesson? See what's going on here? I like to learn new things.
She's watery, man, and people drop their stuff in there, dude. That's all I can tell you. Enjoy your Yondola thing. And it begins to kind of retreat back into himself.
Hey man, are you feeling all right? Do you need some food or something? Cause you're acting real weird here on this bridge. I gotta say. And
Nah.
as he kind of says that, he's going to start like not so much strafing, but trying to get on the opposite side. So in case he tries to like break out and run on the other side of the bridge, he'll have a chance to kind of stop him. So trying to sandwich him in between where the party is and myself.
Nah, man, I'm just fine. Cool. Bye. And begins to kind of turn closer towards the wall and pull into himself, not going anywhere, but trying to recede from this conversation.
Well. All right then. If you're so sure about that, you're saying people throw their shit here into this old shrine,
That's what they say, man.
and yeah, Jove will take out a gold piece and he'll flip it into the, or well, actually he'll hand it out to the guy and say, well, you know, this town has been pretty kind to me since I've got here. I don't know why people talk so much shit about this Mole Master place, but I'll tell you what, it's either yours or Umberlee's.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
That is 12.
A 12? He takes the gold coin and looks at you and says, hey, all right, enough with your shit. What do you really fucking want?
uh, and with that, he kind of raises his eyebrow and says, "Oh, it seems you have broke out of your stupor a little bit here. The shininess of gold tends to do that. You know
Yeah,
what?
listen, don't bullshit me with me here right now, halfling, all right? Like, you want something. You're not just doing this out of the kindness of your heart. Like, don't give me your fucking tourist act. The fuck do you want?
Two things. First, I am technically a tourist, but second, I want some information.
All right, what do you fucking want to know?
I'm looking for a gal. Got some blue hair, got some black hair. I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, is a half elf.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I might know somebody who's like that. Why do you want to know?
well, because I'm friends with her sister, and you know, sis is a little worried and just wants to make sure that she is a-okay.
Okay, okay. Well, I might happen to know something about that. What what are you willing to give for that kind of information? You looking for employment?
Yeah, I'm already gainfully employed. I appreciate that. What is that? Is gold not speaking your language?
I speak a couple different languages, but that's none of your fucking business.
Well, all right then. Look, I ain't looking for work. What I'm looking for is this gal. Are you going to let me know who she is or not, where she is, if she's safe, any of those things? Or are you going to keep here bullshitting? We're just going to talk back and forth at each other, and eventually one of us is going to walk away with a bloody nose.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, Halfling. If you gonna do something for me, I'd be happy to give you that information. But I got needs, and a single gold coin's not gonna do it. Now, if you want to know the story I gotta tell, then you're gonna have to do something for it. If you don't, well then I'll just take this fine gold piece here, and you go ahead and keep looking for Lyrene.
At that, he'll kind of put his hands up in the air and say, well, all right. If that's how it's going to play it. What do you propose?
See, there you go. I've been told halflings can be fucking reasonable, ayo. So, here's what. If you're willing to accept this job on the behalf of my very, very various employers, yeah, I got some information for you about your half-elven girl with black and blue hair. So do we got a deal?
Well, you know, I've never been much of a businessman. That was more of my father's gig. But one thing that he did tell me was never agree to something that you don't know the terms of. I certainly ain't going to agree to do something for you unless I know exactly what you want me to do first.
All right, halfling. And he pulls out kind of a sack of gold and begins to do kind of like the Jack Sparrow, flip the coin over your fingers. So, you have the pleasure of meeting me, Equares. And that's EQUARZ.
Equares. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Equares.
So, I'm sure you didn't just come up to me to talk side by side. I saw you eyeing me, and I'm sure you know that I happen to be with the Zenitrim, and we got business here. And you are going to do a job for me and the Zenitrim. You're going to finish what Lyrene started.
What exactly did she start?
Well, see, Lyrene's got deep ties to us Zenitrim. She wants her way in, so I said I would sponsor Lyrene joining the Zenitrim if she would go explore a rumor that we've been hearing about. See, word that we've heard is that there's more than just dead bodies and wealth down there in the last drop. What we've heard is that there's something far more valuable down there, more than just a bunch of trinkets and everything. So, if Lyrene wanted to prove that she had the stuff to join the family, then she needed to go down into the last drop and see what was down at the bottom. I would have paid her for whatever she found down there, or at least to identify and give us a heads up what we might be investigating down there. She hopped on in. I said that I'd pay her 100 gold pieces on top to sponsor her. She hopped in, never hopped back out. So now you, my halfling friend, are going to hop on down there and see what happened at the bottom of that. And, on your way, you can find out what happened to Lyrene.
Well then, where should I find you? Should I come upon whatever is so enthralling about this last drop?
Oh, I'll be right here, buddy. I'm not moving anywhere.
Well, I would say this has been a pleasure, but we both know that this is just business. Equers, you'll either see me or you won't. And he's gonna walk past him and head back to the party.
As you walk by, seems like a win-win to me, kid. There you go.
And as Jove returns, he says, "Well, I think I may have gotten some information there. As you saw me jabberjawing with that individual over there. Turns out that he is part of that Zenitrim, whatever that organization is, at least whatever it's called here. That fellow's name is Equers. I didn't offer my name or any of
His
our
name
names.
is what?
Equers. I don't know. He spelled it out for me, which is kind.
That's just stupid name.
I mean, well, maybe when you're doing that whole like a battle rhyming thing that you do when you're making fun of people while we're stabbing them and killing them, maybe you can throw that name in there sometime when somebody's being a real square. But what he told me is that the Zentarum are looking for something at the bottom of that well, and no, it's not just silver pieces. And our friend Lyrene, to prove herself, she had to do a little bit of a free dive down there, and it sounds like she hasn't made her way back. Means to me she's either, unfortunately, at the bottom of that well, but at least at that point we found her. But that guy also said that if we found whatever it is, and he said we'd know it when we see it, he'd pay us 100 gold for it if we pulled it back up.
Mm.
You all, Jasper and Freddie, you all know how the social organizations work a little bit better than here. I'm guessing that, doing business with people that parade around and call themselves, family and all that is probably not atypical behavior for folks like us trying to make a quick buck. But yeah, that's all I know. So I will say that I'm not much of a swimmer myself, so prefer not to go down there.
Yeah, swimming's not really my shtick, especially with this fucking armor.
Phew.
I mean, I could swim if I needed to on this one.
Well, good, I'm not swimming alone. You realize that we're in a port town and none of you are ready to swim to save a life?
Listen, it's on the list of things I need to do.
Okay,
I know how to swim. I'm just gonna have to take all this fucking armor off.
I'll just take my portion of the upfront payment and just go down there and swim by myself then.
Just give me a second and I'll take my armor off. Damn.
Is there like a no swimming sign or anything on this bridge? Is it
I
considered?
think you know for a fact the Mole Master does not care.
Okay, good. Okay.
Hey, stop it!
Hey, don't jump into that freezing cold ass water. It's doing me so
Then-
much harm.
Hey, religious people are weird.
Someone might care.
Somebody
would
who's
hate
not
to-
me might give a shit. I don't know who that person is, but they might.
I don't want to listen to them.
Well, I mean, I got rope. Well, I don't know if that's going to be a little bit too much of a scene to go down, but that looks like a mighty drop.
Drop.
Stop.
Yeah.
Shut 'em
How far
down,
was the
open up
drop?
shop. It's got to be at least 30 feet. Looking at it, there's some shale cliffs that surround kind of the last drop's, drop, which looks like they potentially could be climbed down, but they climb down straight into water. So it'll get you down there, but head straight into water.
Great. Ugh. All right, and it's like a dive, right? I can't just wade through this water.
Oh no, baby.
Yeah.
This is a place where people jump into to kill themselves.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, armor's off then.
It takes
And-
you a couple minutes. Jasper, what do you look like with your armor off?
Oh shit. Shit. You...
I didn't think I'd ask that question, did you? Pop quiz. What are you wearing underneath your armor?
Underneath the armor is like it's a gambeson, which is just like a thick kind of cloth armor that goes underneath things like chainmail. But what you mostly notice is like the chainmail that she wears is kind of fitted so that it makes her look significantly bulkier than she actually is. She's actually pretty lithe in figure. But yeah.
Is the mask still on?
Yeah. The mask is still on. What are you fucking looking at?
No one told me what the proper thing is to say during these things, so.
This is where you kiss her.
Oh my god, do not
But I know
fucking
her. I've
try.
already greeted her.
Right, she's your friend.
I feel like you're pulling my leg right now.
Jasper kicks Freddy. Let's go. Also, where the fuck am I gonna put my armor?
Surely you can trust the Zenitrim. I almost got through the whole thing. I almost said it.
That would have been stupid.
I have no idea. I don't know the answer.
Ugh. Well,
I mean, well, look, I would feel kind of embarrassed myself as well as something of a sailor, not to go swimming, but I don't know. Do we pay somebody just to look after our shit, or is that just a big old flag of steal these idiots crap? Like,
nah, you know what? I'll just put my chainmail in my shield here, and I'll put it in the well so people think they'll get cursed if they take it. How about that? It's an offering for now until I. Wait, will that get me cursed? Never mind.
I think that's for the gods to know and for us to find out. I say it's a good experiment.
It's a
Well, you could get cursed. You are also going through a lot of lengths to find this person that you took no money for and got stripped for. So maybe the karma balances, actually.
listen. All right. Yeah. I'll put it in the well, but when I do, I'll just be like, "This is not an offering."
It's like it's that meme. It's like when the anime villain Loki starts making a lot of sense. Jester's for the drink just, damn, Rory.
Yeah. Damn it. So yeah, ready to swim.
All right, it is. You guys are at the bridge. How do you guys proceed?
Try to climb down, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
Okay, who's
like
climbing down?
probably Joe first. Let's use that rope and kind of
yeah.
we'll hold you up while you climb down. We'll do
Okay.
one by one.
I'm gonna cast light on the end of the rope.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
All
Very
right.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jove, I guess, is also gonna doff some armor, but by God, he's taking that spear and shield with him. Just the spear. Just the spear. He's gonna
Just the
Aquaman
spear.
it. He's gonna strap that shit to his back. Though the dragon egg is gonna go with him. That'll help him kind of get some depth. Yep. So he'll go over the side and say, "Well, friends, I guess I'll see you in the drink." And he will make his way down.
All right, you can climb down through the cliffs, or you can just hop straight into the drink. Which one do you prefer?
Oh well, if somebody's anchoring me with the rope, I would try and do kind of like a rappel type of
Yeah,
motion.
Jasper is holding you, and we'll ask Rory for help.
I was gonna say I can definitely anchor if you need on that one.
Okay. How about Jove? You roll athletics with advantage.
I will. Thank you for advantage. Oh, God. Okay. That's 12.
12. Blink. And with like a small droplet into a bigger water, Jove, you hit this water full speed. And as you brace for the impact, the water is fucking cold. It's jarring. However, when you hit the water, there's not the you've fallen off of boats and such and fallen into water. You've done a good old belly flop a time or two.
Mhm.
But when you hit the water, there's not that smack to it. Instead, it feels almost unnatural as you are now in the water and you go down, a solid 10 feet or so. It's easier to swim than you were expecting. While it's still cold and you'll need to hold your breath, you find that you have traveled farther in the water, and what would normally take you much more effort, you're able to swim back to the surface, almost buoyantly so. It's like the water is lighter than it should be.
Shit. Yeah, he's going to kind of whistle with his hands and say, "Something's up with the water. It's real soft, so don't jump off belly flop style, but if you want to bring more stuff, Jasper, feel free. In fact, if you can throw me down my shield, I think I would appreciate that."
Jasper does throw down his shield and starts donning her armor again. Sorry, this is gonna take a couple minutes. I mean, it is just chainmail, so theoretically
Yeah.
it shouldn't take that long.
It takes as much time to put on as it did to take off, is how we'll phrase this.
Okie dokie. Well, that's a
And we're all just letting Jove just wade in the water while we wait
Yeah.
for him.
Well, I mean, there's the rope there, so I
Yeah.
can brace myself on the rope and be
Oh, there
like,
you go.
All right.
Could I?
You can wait.
Could I try and gill back up, Doms, to put my armor back on?
You may certainly attempt to climb that rope. Go ahead and give me a
Watch
we'll pull him up.
There we
yeah,
go.
with the help of your 3 party
Yeah.
members and Joe being a halfling, you're able to pull Joe back up. He is sopping wet. You're fucking cold.
Hell yeah.
But you're not. You are not. You aren't
Dead.
hurt or dead.
And
You
you'll
aren't
notice
so
that,
hurt
yeah,
yet.
you're really able to see his like barrel chest through this, and he's got like bigger arms than you've probably seen on most halflings. He looks kind of like
a
like
really yoked
this.
Danny DeVito.
He
was
looks like
gonna
a
say.
really yoked yeah, which I mean, which totally tracks with this weird mix of like he looks kind of human, kind of halfling, kind of dwarvish, like all at once. It's just like a weird like Venn diagram of those three, and he's kind of like in the middle. But yeah, he quickly puts back his skill mail.
Well, that was fun.
Well,
Joe, with you feeling very cold, everybody with their armor back on, we're back to the edge of the bridge again.
Sometimes you just got to try. I guess I'll go down again.
Yeah. And this time, are you hoping for the rope and everything?
I mean, I didn't take any damage last
No,
time, so it
not
wasn't like okay. Well, if he feels that comfortable about it and feels pretty keen on their more magical, I don't know, aptitude about this water, he's gonna use the rope anyway. That's the guy he is, so he's gonna try the rope again. Though if he fails, he's gonna be like, oh, I don't give a shit.
Go ahead and roll me that strength check with advantage again. Athletics check.
Ooh, there we go. Athletic. That gives me 23 this time.
Oh yeah, this time just hup, 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 and you just slide right on in at the bottom.
And I will sit there and try and like anchor that part of the rope to give it like some tautness to, I don't know, make it a little bit easier for the rest of the folks.
All right, who's hopping in next?
Me.
All right, are you hopping
Since
in,
I'm
or are
not-
you going down the
Since
rope?
I'm not an anchor. No, I'm going down the rope.
All right, go
You
ahead.
could say water's soft all you want to, but all it takes is one death, and all of a sudden it's not soft anymore. And you should have known better.
Go ahead and give me that athletic check with advantage.
Hi. Oh, that fell all the way down. I'll get that later. Paradise number 2. Roll more than 3. Hey. Damn, I'm gonna start using this die. From 18 to 16.
Ah,
So 19.
19? Yeah. Freddy, not quite just all upper body strength, just like a nice, almost like fireman style, like sliding down the rope and floop, you are in the water. And while it is, yes, fucking cold, Jove is right. You find it's incredibly easy to swim in. It does feel lighter. All right, who's next?
Go ahead, Rory.
Alrighty. I guess since I'm not the last one going down, I'll go ahead and use the rope on my descent.
Athletics check with advantage.
Woohoo! Yeah, that's going to be a 21.
21, yeah. Same as your two companions before you. You kind of the upper body slide into the water, and once again the same sensation of very very cold, which to you doesn't bother you all that much. That's pretty much how all your baths have been for your life at the monastery. And the water is, even with your kind of lack of experience being in water, Rory, is easy. You find yourself, you feel very buoyant.
Nice.
Jasper's gonna tie the. She already had tied the rope around this end of the rope around her waist, and she's just gonna kind of call down. All right, you're gonna want to like get out of the way because I'm just dropping.
One, two. Whew. Jasper, you jump down from the bridge, and there's a and Jasper, you go in about 20 feet into the water, and you notice that while it is very dark as you're kind of looking under the water, going deeper than the rest of your party at the time. Um, the area below you, as you've kind of been descending, is lit by a glow coming from the sheer wall. You, unless you start swimming up, you continue to head lower and lower, and you can see that on this kind of sheer wall, going deeper and deeper, there appears to be light coming off of some sort of sigils carved into the walls as you go deeper and deeper down.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you're probably 20 going on to 25 feet. You can either continue to let yourself go down, or you can start swimming back up.
She'll just keep going. They'll follow. Probably.
Go deeper and deeper, and so the way that I do holding your breath in 5e, I don't think it's anything that terribly different, is you get your constitution modifier +1 for minutes you can hold your breath, for just like swimming, exploring, until we go into combat. If you run out of time, start taking damage, or you didn't have the opportunity to hold your breath, but all you guys knew you're going into water, you start Constitution saving throws of increasing difficulty, and if you fail that, you start taking in water. Once you start taking in water, you have a number of rounds equal to your modifier to get a breath of air, and then if not, you start drowning, and that's immediately death saving throws till you get pulled out of the water. Does that all kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So I believe all of you guys have a 14, if not higher, in Constitution, correct?
Yes.
I have a 14.
14. Rory and Freddie, what's your Constitution modifier?
I have 14.
14.
I also have a 14.
Okay, so that would be minus Jove, who I think you have a 16 in con. Everybody has 3 minutes being able to hold their breath. So eventually, Jasper, you do hit the bottom, and down here, contrary to popular belief, there's not a bunch of coins and knickknacks and other valuables down here. There aren't any corpses. Instead, there is you look to kind of the sheer wall that is now glowing brightly at the kind of bottom of this, and you can see a number of runes that are lit up and actually allow you to kind of see down here in kind of this dark water.
Um, investigate it, I suppose.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okie dokie. Ooh, it's a regular 20.
A regular 20. Yeah, looking at it, you know that they are clearly some sort of sigil to worship Umberly. That you know for a fact. Um, you're not entirely sure what kind of magics it is in nature, and you move towards it, and you kind of put a hand up against it, and as you do, there's this shimmer across, and it almost comes translucent, and you can see. It's like the wall opens up, like you can see through it, and behind it appears to be a dry tunnel on the other side. Um, and as you're like seeing this into this like dry tunnel underneath the water, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure will. That is a 15 plus a 4 for 19.
For 19, there is a blast of water. In fact, even you guys underneath can feel the shift of water below you as it goes out and you're pushed back and then pulled back in like a tide. Make me a charisma saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh no. 8?
8. Jasper, you are pulled into this area. While that's happening to Jasper, the rest of you, you're currently.
I will note that the rope was tied around my waist.
It
That
goes
is true.
very, very. It goes very, very taut, and then goes very, very loose.
Well, I mean, we knew that our priority here was to go down underwater. So
Oh yeah, you see Jasper hop down, and then you wait. 6 seconds, 12 seconds, 18, and you see the rope get real taut, and then gets real loose, and you can feel the shifting of water below you. Before now, it is just loose and kind of gets pulled along with kind of the flow of the water heading down into the Bay of Mulmaster. What would you like to do?
Yeah, with that sense of urgency, Jove is just kind of just say Jasper's name out loud and start diving down.
Jove, you begin heading down, seeing the same kind of light from the wall of this kind of. It's like the cliff walls that eventually move up into this bridge, continue to just go straight down, and you start swimming down and down and down. Um, the lights in the rune, you can see kind of a mass of bubbles and everything of like water recently being pushed. You could see the rope is floats up past you. Jasper not attached to it. As you continue to swim down deeper and deeper. Freddie and Rory, what are you guys doing?
Pretty shortly after he dives down, I'm just gonna be like, God, no, jeez, fine, and I'll go
Yeah.
down as well.
Good
Yes.
grief.
Seeing as things seem desperate, and especially with the rope floating up without a Jasper, yeah, Rory will definitely start swimming down.
You are all swimming down, and the runes shimmer and get brighter as you go deeper and deeper. To you also kind of hit the bottom of this. Could all of you make me an Arcana or a religion check?
17.
17.
4.
Cool. 18 Arcana.
Nice.
18 Arcana. Okay.
It was a
Freddie,
foreign religion, by the way.
a
Sorry.
foreign
Anyway.
religion. Yeah, all foreign stuff to you. Umberly is new. Add it to your things to search about Mole Master. Your growing list of things about Mole Master you don't understand. For my other two boys, you can see these sigils. For you, Freddie, you can tell that that they are transmutation in nature. And for Jove, you can tell that their sigils likely that activate upon touch. As you guys kind of hit the bottom, and it's instead of, like I said, instead of bodies or trinkets or like all the stuff you'd expect to be here at the bottom, it's almost clean. Um, even if the water is so light, it was almost too easy to get all the way down to the bottom of here with no Jasper in sight.
I'm gonna take out a dagger and tap the runes with it.
Tink, tink. And that same kind of shimmering wall, and you guys can see Jasper's body kind of rolling through this tunnel. As everybody, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
18.
18.
9!
9.
6.
6. All right. Freddie and Rory, as this water shoots out, it blasts forward bits of rocks in it, striking you both in the chest. You guys take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
As it pulls out like a tide, and as it comes in, Jove, you're pulled alongside with it, not being hit by any rocks to damage you, but nonetheless. And everybody, go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
That
15.
Is
15.
4.
4.
I think you said
10.
10.
Yeah.
10. Okay. You were all kind of pulled into this tunnel. It is rough. Jasper, you. And as you stand up, dripping wet, it's now dry. It's dry and rough, but still very, almost kind of humid in here. And you stand up just to see another as your three companions roll at your feet, and you guys find yourself in kind of a large, rough stone tunnel, but that is dry and has breathable air.
Okay.
Am I on, or since I fail, or since I rolled so low on the charisma effect check, rather, do I feel any like magical effects or anything upon me?
At this moment, no.
Interesting.
Y'all doing all right? You look like you got banged up.
It was great.
Yeah, not a great start to everything on my end. How about you? You doing okay? Or?
Yeah, I seem to be all right.
Hey there, Freddie. Is there any way that you can do that, light thing on, I don't know, one of our shields or something, so we got a little better visual in here?
Sure. I'll just do it on your shield.
You cast light, and it shows heading back towards. You can see kind of that same shimmering thing of water that leads out into just the depths of the last drop on one side that you came in. And then towards the other side, you see a tunnel that continues to head deeper into this area that you found yourselves in.
Do I see any tracks or anything besides the ones that Jasper may have made through here, or is that all washed through the
It's
opening and
incredibly
closing?
wet in here, and the floor is not only is it uneven, but you can already see, looking kind of down the tunnel, um, that there are places where the water has almost kind of dug away. Almost, it looks like it goes down and then back up, as if tons of water has sat in here, been washed aside, has just kind of eroded parts of the tunnel.
Gross. Well, I suppose if we're going to find our friend down here, she's more than likely going to be whatever's at the end of this tunnel.
Well, no one rush on ahead. I'll go first, I guess.
Jasper first, followed by
Jove with the light.
I was gonna say Lightman.
followed
Yeah,
by
Me, so I'm not alone in the back.
I guess I'm heading up the rear.
All right. As you guys continue, the grotto does have these kind of rough, uneven floors. It makes it rather difficult going kind of up and down, and parts have been like flooded with water. You have to pull yourselves up and out of. And as you continue down this tunnel, and it makes a sharp left, you see at the far side of this grotto is on a raised area against a dripping wall. You see the half-elven form of Lyrene. She's soaked and shivering and does not seem to be fully conscious.
Well, we found her. It's right there.
No shit.
Hey, if we throw a rock
Hey,
at her and she responds, then we know she's not dead, and then we don't have to worry
how
about
about you just use your voice? Hey, Lyrene, are you okay?
It rings and echoes out through, and nothing. No response.
Oh, great idea. Use your voice.
Jasper is gonna make a con save to not push you in the water.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I don't, but fuck you. Uh, she looks at you like she was going to.
Well,
Well, what the fuck? What is this room? What are these platforms?
Looking through, it appears to be, like I said, kind of a large grotto area. You can see that there are bits, the bold squares, if we're looking at our map, of raised kind of, um, not quite platforms, but just places that aren't submerged in the water. Lyrene, you guys have come in through kind of the L on the left side of the map. You're up against kind of where like this ledge looking into it. While the dry platforms are the same level, it is a bit of a dip into the water afterwards, and you can see that Lyrene is on this kind of southern part over here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, she's not responding. We should go and see if she's actually okay. And
Yeah, someone who's not wearing heavy armor test the water and make sure it's normal. Or not
I'll
normal.
do it. I dip a foot in.
It's cold. It's watering, and your whole foot can go all the way in.
Does it feel strange like the other water? Or can I not tell yet?
With just a foot in, it feels like water, but it doesn't feel any sort of like special water. At least with just a foot in.
Alright. I'm gonna swim over to that first platform.
Yeah, you drop
Here I
in.
go.
The water definitely is deep enough to where your feet don't touch the bottom. You're not sure how far deep it goes, but you find it manageable to swim over before getting onto the dry platform. What is that? How many feet ahead?
15.
10, 15 feet ahead? Yeah. So you make it onto that platform.
Okay. I called back. I'm alive.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try it next.
Well, yeah, I can't carry her back myself. I'm gonna need someone to help me.
Yeah. I'll just look at Rory and Jove and just say, pull me out if I start flailing.
Will do.
And do.
She drops in gently.
You drop in, and it does have that same kind of qualities.
Okay.
You don't immediately sink all the way to the bottom. And with
Dope.
your strength, you're able to kind of doggy paddle over there. It's difficult because you're in armor. You're not very fast, but you are able to make it to that platform.
Excellent. Yeah, that's doable. It sucks though.
So I know that Lyrene's on this other one. Can we see what's on the far end?
On the far end seems to be. I have a thing for this. It does seem to be another kind of like 10-foot diameter. Almost looks like a hole at kind of the end of the tunnel. There's no light or anything coming across it, so you don't know what's on the other side of it, but there does appear to be another sort of entranceway at the far end of this.
Okay. Hey, Jasper, do you think that we should check what that is before we start grabbing her, so we can see what our best plan of escape is?
Yeah, I mean, something brought her here, so we should probably be more safe than sorry, I suppose.
You know what they say, just keep swimming.
Alright, let's go on. Let's swim to this next one on our left while the other two swim over to this one to make sure that there's no weird weight situation with these.
And we do.
You do, and upon getting onto the next platform, it does not sink, or there's no pressure plates, Indiana Jones style. It is just a solid, rocky kind of surface, and this kind of grotto pool area. Rory and Job, if you have the same kind of experience getting from your ledge to the next platform, if you choose to do so.
Joe does.
Rory will go with as well. Rory wouldn't want to be the person that stays all the way behind.
You do. You guys make it onto the platform. Jasper and Freddy, you're on the platform to the left of there. So far, you all party on platforms. Everything seems stable-ish.
You know what, Spellboy? Maybe you should stay back. Why don't you go to that platform that's in front of Lyrene, and Rory and I and Job as well. We'll go to the front and see what's what.
And I do.
You begin heading to the south platform. We'll just say, for the sake of expediency, that Freddy, you make your way over to Lyrene. She is wet, shivering, and she very much is not conscious. She's kind of on her side. She seems almost waterlogged. Pun more or less intended.
She seems all right.
Make me a medicine check.
I don't know that. Medicine. Yeah. Whoa! 17.
A 17. Yeah, you kind of proper up, get her onto a side and pat her on the back real hard and pop pop as water kind of spurts out of her mouth and her eyes kind of come back to the lights as you got her there, and she starts to you know what where as she meets kind of your eyes, comes to consciousness.
You made it to the Zenitrim.
And for a second, she kind of lights up, and then the kind of room closes in, and she looks around and
I
we're
might
not
be
with the
fucking.
Senatrim. We're
I
about to
might be fucking with
drown.
you. I don't think we're gonna drown. We seem completely fine. We're above ground. The water's over there. We should be fine for now.
No, you don't understand. And as she says that, we'll pan back over to the other party. As you make your way to the kind of opposite side of the wall, there is that kind of large hole, 10 foot in diameter, and the three of you are on that kind of last platform. And in front of it, as you begin to make your way over, a kind of gust is what I'll describe it as water kind of shoots up, creating this wall in front of you. And almost suspended in it, a set of symbols begin to appear. I have something to upload for you all.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Ah.
hey.
That's what your bodies look like dead. Because they're dead.
How did you know it was
I commissioned it. I knew y'all'd fuck up so bad.
So, the pattern one at the top, it's like
I know it.
the.
I know that pattern.
Well, we'll get there. Hold on. In this kind of wall of water, these symbols appear, and written across the top, it says "water turning, ceaselessly, regularly, never stopping." It's actually that's poorly written. That one is for the symbols. Pattern 2 is what you guys see first. Sorry about that. And the words "water turning, ceaselessly, regularly, never stopping" appear. And as they do, you hear as from kind of the sides of this in all direction, water begins to fill into the grotto at a steady pace, not like a hydro blast of water, but noticeable.
Jeez. So these first symbols look like reflected numbers,
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like mirrored on each other,
Mm-hmm.
or on themselves rather.
I'm gonna stop you real
And
quick. I know it says pattern 1, but we're on pattern 2 right now. Sorry about
oh,
that.
okay.
That was my misplay. But we're just put a pin on that.
Oh, I see. I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we do see these
see
patterns,
pattern
though.
You see pattern 2 currently.
Okay.
Pattern
okay.
2, and then the
Yeah.
riddle about water, or poem,
Okay.
lyric.
I see.
Yes, water turning ceaselessly, regularly, never stopping.
True.
Water turning, never stopping. Maybe let's all get on different platforms for now, so that we're not all bunched up. And if there's something to do with the platforms, we can utilize it in some way.
Jove is gonna swim to the platform that is the first, like, north of the one that's right across from where Freddy is right now, on the north side, kind of dead center.
Okay.
I'll stay on this one for now.
I'll head to the one just behind then where Jasper is, to the left on the map.
As that is happening, Freddy, you see that kind of wall of water, the symbols, the words appear as Lyrene says, we're about to drown.
Okay, so assuming that we are about to drown even though we're sitting on dry land, how do we stop it? Miss, I know everything about the water.
I don't know. If I knew how, I wouldn't be fucking here, would I?
I mean, something got you here.
I don't know what they are. It's some sort of pattern or something you can draw on the wall, but every time I put something on there, I just get blasted with water. The grotto fills up. I've tried 3 times.
Which 3 did you do? Are they still written?
No, every time you put in the correct one, it goes away, and the grotto begins to fill with more water faster.
Hmm.
Hmm. And you don't remember anything that you drew?
I tried circles. I did a drop of water. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, the pattern from left to right is moving counterclockwise. I don't know what exactly we need to do with it, but it's making a rotation.
Is there a way we can change the flow of the water?
All you have to do is you can just dip your finger in it like you're writing. It'll stay.
Hmm.
What happens if we don't draw?
Then I guess we're all gonna drown.
So the water's coming regardless of whether or not we draw.
Like I described, water's pouring in right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Then I will draw. I mean, I see these symbols, right?
Yeah, I mean, with
Yeah.
Jove's lights kind
Right.
of illuminating it, yes, you can see them. And the symbols themselves do kind of have a glow to them, which
So
stands out in this lightless grotto.
I will draw my best impression of the 4th one.
Okay, what is the... I guess technically it'd be the 5th one. What does it look like?
Is it the 5th one?
Yeah, because they're 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
it's
you just draw the 5th one in the pattern.
Oh, you draw the 5th one in the pattern.
Ooh!
Oh. We got there. Okay. So, the little wisp thing is going to be similar to the way it looks in the first figure in the pattern.
Okay.
So it's on top. And then the squiggles are going to be going from, it's going to be horizontal, and it's going to be zigzags so that they look like Z's. They're oriented like Z's, and then the dot is on the right-hand side.
You draw that symbol into the water, and the symbol illuminates, and the wall of water goes flat, and new symbols appear. Pattern
Oh,
1.
fuck.
And this one says, water is the mirror that reflects the power within us.
Am I drawing the 6th symbol in this one?
Yes, so you're drawing like a 6.
Alright. I draw 2 fat boobies.
2 fat boobies. And
Jasper face palms.
and
You know we might die here, right?
the wall goes flat before it begins to fade down. The water stops pouring in, and the grotto goes silent.
Whew.
See, we didn't drown. We're on dry land. Now, welcome to the Zen Trim.
You said that from like across the water.
Luckily, it's very echoey in here, so all the noises just bounce. It's that that acoustic kind of trick where it sounds like everybody's standing right next to you.
No, but
Well-
really, what were you doing down here?
Well, it sounds like you guys kind of know what I was doing, so I was trying to do this job for the Zena Trim. And as she says this, the water, and above you guys, the water coalesced into a large eye that looks down on you. I believe it was Jove and Jasper who rolled, what was that, a 4 and a 9 on that charisma save?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you feel the eye. It's like its pupil splits into two, and they both peer down on you, and you feel almost this kind of cold cutting sensation underneath your left eye, like almost like where a teardrop tattoo would be. And there's a and then a burst from the water. Everybody, go ahead and roll me initiative.
Here we go.
Shit. You're welcome, everybody.
Yay!
For better or worse.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Wait, how do I vote?
hey, oh.
How do I have a +3 to initiative?
Do you have a 16 in dexterity?
No, I have a 14 dexterity. D&D Beyond, why do I have a +3 in initiative? Oh, is it? I think it's because initiative is technically a skill check, and so it adds half my proficiency.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
neat.
That's why I have a +3.
16, 15, 22.
Interesting. And a 7.
And a 7.
Did not know that affected initiative.
Neither.
Neither did I.
I think it's probably something that officially does, but like house rules, it kind of just like depends on what people want. Because technically, it is a skill check. You're rolling with dexterity
Yeah.
added. You
I
just
think it
can't
makes sense.
normally get proficiency in it. Some skills say add your proficiency, but
2. Back up for Freddy.
that's me.
Freddy. And okay. From around each of these platforms, you see these awful kind of amphibious creatures. Their skin almost seems rubbery. They stand like humanoids, kind of coming from the water, but they are almost kind of misshapen. They have spears on them and these huge mouths, just impossibly large for anything that should be humanoid in that figures. Almost frog-like. As one bursts into each one of the platforms that you guys are standing from. But by Jove and by Jasper, not only is there these kind of humanoid frog-looking creatures, but a large mouth, even larger than the humanoid itself, opens, and you see the kind of amphibian-like eyes kind of twitch at you as this large open mouth of a giant frog comes up by their sides. So, to set the scene, there is one of these humanoids that is coming over the ledge towards you, Freddy. There's one humanoid and one large frog over by Jasper, one humanoid and one large frog over by our good boy Jove, and one of these humanoids over by you, Rory.
Okay.
So, at the top of initiative is Jasper.
Okay. Jasper's gonna not pull out her shield. She's just gonna two-hand her long sword and take a swing at this boy.
The humanoid or the frog?
That's a good question, actually. Am I within? I'm just already within melee range of both.
Yeah, you can choose which one you want to go afterwards. They are like climbing onto the ledge of these platforms.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the humanoid.
Humanoid. Okay.
I've changed my mind. I'm doing the big one.
Okay, dokie.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 8.
An 8, yeah. You hit it, but instead of getting the sharp end, it's more the flat, and it just smacks up against the rubbery flesh of this creature.
So that's still prox mobile, correct?
Yeah, you would still have mobile.
Okay. I think Jasper is going to. How far is it to swim to where Freddy is?
To where Freddy is, from where you're at, all the way on that right,
Yeah.
that's going to be a pretty
Too
big
far.
swim. Yeah. You
Okay.
could make a jump over to the platform Rory's on behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on Rory's platform.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me. What's your strength score?
My strength score is a 12.
A 12? Yeah. Actually, make me an acrobatics as you jump from one platform over to where Rory's at.
Acrobatics. Sure thing. Oh, why must you do this? 9.
9? Yeah. You land just right in front of it and just kind of drive your whole chest into the kind of platform.
Oh, can I use the rest of my movement to climb it?
Yeah, you're able to climb up, but that would be the end of your movement, is right there at the edge.
That's okay. I guess would I be able to still equip my shield at this point?
I would say with how low the acrobatics roll is, I would say no on
Okay,
this one.
that's fair. Okay, that's my turn then.
All right, that is Jasper's turn. Then it is one of the humanoids goes and dips into the water, comes around and comes up for a bite attack against you, Jasper.
Okay.
Well, that's that is only a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even. She just steps to the side on that one.
All right,
Ew.
and then it tries to come and make a spear attack against you as well.
Okay.
Okay, that one is a 17.
Ooh, that'll just get blocked by the shield.
Yeah, comes up and wait, you don't have your shield.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I get hit.
All right. Unlucky for you. You take 2 points of piercing damage as it
Okie dokie.
slices back and get you kind of in the back of the leg as it
Okay.
bobs in the water and makes this
Hate it.
Same.
noise, and you can hear all the other ones begin. And it's this awful, just kind of that kind of bayou swamp noise, but minus all the insects, and it's just bouncing around this cave. Suddenly, this quiet cave is just appallingly loud.
Is just obnoxious.
Just
I hate
obnoxious. A
this.
cacophony of.
Oh no.
Yo, I hate it.
Yes. The number 2. That's the one over by. Who rolled this? Over by you, Jove. Comes out, gets on top of the platform, and with a bite and spear comes to make an attack against you. 1 each.
Boy and spear.
Bite and spear. Even with that is a 10.
Yeah, easily sidestepped.
The second one is motherfucker. A 13.
13, yeah, and then he meets that next strike with the shield to knock it out of the way.
All right. Then it is Jove's turn.
Yeah, and he's going to do something that he hasn't done so far in the campaign. He's going to use his bonus action to cast a spell called Hunter's Mark, and he's going to do that on the guy right in front of him. And I think he's going to, for Jove, it's kind of a heightening of senses. His pupils dilate, his skin feels taut around his bones and muscles, and even though he doesn't want to, his sense of smell and hearing has also been heightened in this place. And after that guy trying to do some spear play, he is going to show him how it is done. So he's got spear in one hand, shield in the other, and we'll make a strike. That is going to be for 16.
16 will do.
Okay.
You can see that now this thing is by you, that it also has a shield and a spear. And it tries to bring it up, but you are so much lower to the ground that you're able to snake it through underneath the shield into its chest.
And just a very typical thrust. He's not going for anything fancy here. He's trying to poke holes. So he's going to do 3 plus. That's going to be for 11 piercing.
11 piercing. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful.
If this guy is just easy peasy, then he's just gonna aim for the sternum, really trying to kind of get under. If this is kind of a humanoid body, try and fish that tip of the spear up through the rib cage, kind of lift him up, and then just slink him off into the water.
And like a dead frog, legs go out straight, and it just only like the third of its from its like its chest upwards get into the water, and there's just a really slow kind of as its body begins to slick back into the water.
Then Jove will use his movement to try and kind of get to the center of this thing. He doesn't want anything nipping at his heels, and that'll be his turn.
All right, gotcha. Next is Rory.
Alrighty. So I will go ahead. We're gonna go after the one that's on me, and I'm actually gonna use a key point for flurry of blows. So we'll go for the main attack. And 2 unarmed.
Yes, Master Jedi.
Are you threatening me? Okay, so the main attack is just an 11.
That's not gonna do.
Okay. Then I rolled on the bonus attacks for a 13 and a not nat 20.
The not nat 20 will do.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Yeah, your first 2 strikes make contact, but its skin almost it's like shock absorption from a Nomu, just blue. And so you don't put nearly enough force between the first 2. It isn't like a regular humanoid; it's so much more rubbery. But this third strike, you come in with like a kick, with some real power behind it, and you make contact.
Yeah, I definitely think he's almost building the momentum with that. He kind of goes for the first spin kick a little low, and then he comes back up again high, and this time he's got the momentum to actually really land it. And that is going to just be 3 bludgeoning. That one.
3 bludgeoning. Gotcha.
And no real movement other than I would probably want to keep myself more towards the center of the platform instead of near the edge. So I'll strafe around if I need to. And that's it.
Okay, gotcha. Then it is Jasper, a much deeper river comes up from behind you, and you feel as it leaps from its side over to you, and it's gonna try to make a bite attack against you.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is a 4. That one's a 16, so for 19.
Do hit.
All right. That's going to do damage as it bites onto you, and you are currently grappled.
Wow, bro.
Gross.
As its mouth comes across, you can feel this awful, far too cold tongue just kind of wrap around your waist and over and arms, overlapping you twice as it's pulling you in. If it was any larger, you feel like it might be able to swallow you whole. But you're currently just grappled. That's its turn. Then it is the one Rory that you just fought. It's going to make a bite and a spear attack against you.
Gotcha.
That's a 10.
Nope.
So the bite misses. The spear is an 18.
That do hit.
All right. This one comes and catches you right in the shoulder and does 3 points of piercing damage.
All right. I am at 5 health here.
There's so many things that I
Fuck
want to
that
do right
barrel
now.
check, man. Yeah. Right.
Then it is Jove. You also hear a ribbit as you are also going to take a bite attack as it leaps on over to you. Oh, that is an unnatural 20.
That'll do it.
You will take 3 points piercing damage. You are currently grappled.
Gotcha.
Then it's over to Freddy.
Great. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I think. Yeah. Okay. This is what I'm doing. How many? Is there 3 or 4 frogs over by Jasper and Rory?
By Jasper and Rory, there's one giant frog and 2 of these frog humanoid creatures.
Okay. And then Jove just has the one giant one.
Job has just the frog as its body is the humanoid body is falling in, but he is currently grappled by the frog. And then there is another one of these humanoid creatures who is currently climbing up the ledge towards you.
Yeah. I was gonna use my first turn to just make him go away, but there's other things that need to be done. So I am going to cast Sleep at basically the platform that Jasper and Rory are standing on. And where does it say what to roll? 5d8. Okay. But God damn it.
Because they're dice, and this is important, so therefore logic
Right.
dictates.
So it's 18 health points, and I get to choose who it hits. So enemy creature starting with the lowest health up to 18.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
The humanoid that Rory was attacking falls asleep. And then that leaves you
Beautiful.
at 18. So that's and then there's the one against Jasper. That one does not fall asleep.
God damn it.
It's very close, but is able to shake it off and continues to begin climbing onto the platform.
Wonderful. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to do a bardic inspiration for Jasper. No, yeah, Jasper.
Thank you.
And
What do you say as words of encouragement?
This ought to be good.
So it's not encouragement, but it's really good. Looks like a frog's got you in its throat.
That's good.
She can't help but smile as she gets pulled into the stupid mouth of the stupid frog.
Yo, that was really funny as this frog is trying to eat me, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna turn to Lyrene and I'm gonna say, "Are you gonna help?" Or and that'll be my turn.
You say that just in time for this this other humanoid creature to get up there, and it's going to make
Yeah.
2 attacks against you.
Cool.
The first one.
Well, this is where I die.
GG.
Don't speak this into existence because that's an 18.
Yeah, right.
Oh, 18
And that's
hits.
a critical.
Yeah,
the
no,
right
no,
direction.
There's no way to survive this.
Oh no!
There's no way.
So
Not
the
like
bite
We're
is
gonna die down here.
The bite is 2 points of damage.
Okay.
The spear, however, is. Oh god, that's 13 points of damage.
Yeah, that was enough to. You didn't need to bite me.
As Freddy, this spear drives into your chest, and the world goes dark. Lyrene, it's her turn. She's gonna try to hit this thing. They're commoner stats. No, that's a critical fail from Lyrene.
Great.
As she goes into the water.
Well, thanks, Lyrene.
Try your best. That's the top with Jasper.
Well, I'll just go ahead and try and attack this thing that's got me in its mouth.
Uh-huh.
Do my best. I've got a bardic kind of fun. Let's do it. All right, that's a regular 20,
A regular 20 will hit.
and that's a 2-handed longsword attack because I haven't pulled out my dang shield.
That's a D10.
D10. Nice. That'll be 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing. Yeah, you cut into this thing. It still has you grappled, but you're just able to drive the sword just Joker style into the side of its mouth and cut deeply into it. You could feel. Well, you didn't cut through the tongue. You definitely cut like through the mouth into its body. It makes this all noise.
Well, if there's a time to action surge, it's right now. So I'm gonna do that. Give it another swing. Fuck. 9.
9. Yeah, 9's not going to do it, unfortunately.
Did you use Bardic Inspiration?
I mean, here's hoping it's a D6, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
As well.
Might as
Unless you
well.
roll a 1.
It's a +3, so.
Plus 3 for 12. 12
Yeah.
does hit.
Wow!
Wow.
Thank you, Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta believe in it.
I have to die for something.
Yeah, right. That's another 9 slashing.
Another 9. Yeah, you see Freddy take this stab straight through the chest, and it immediately lights out. And you feel that hysteric strength. For those of you who are fans of Hemlock Grove, and you get like halfway through this frog, you see that the hysteric strength kicks in, and it's not 2 attacks. It's just you find the energy and the muscle to push all the way through, and you cleave the top half of this giant frog just off. And the top part sloughs over. The tongue goes limp. It's still hanging on you, but you are no longer grappled now as you slay it.
Yeah, she lets out a nice kind of war cry with that, and it sounds a little not practiced. But she lets it out nonetheless, and there's still enemies near me. Right.
You do
Which
have
platform
mobile.
am I on?
You are on the second from the right. So the very
Okay.
far right one, you jumped over to the left one. Killed the frog. Rory is still engaged with one. There's another one in the water, kind of at your heels that is likely going to come and follow you, but you've got 40 feet of movements. You know where Freddy's at?
I can make it
Oh,
there,
and
it looks
the
like.
sleep stays up because it's not concentration. Haha.
That's true.
Oh, excellent. That's
Good.
good to
Yeah.
know. I was worried
Yeah,
about
because the
that.
one fighting Rory right now is asleep.
In this case, I think she's gonna try and go help Freddy and Lyrene.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. You'll be able to just make it to. You have two options. You can either dive straight into that water and you'll be able to make it to the ledge, you know for a fact. Or you can try hopping to this other platform diagonally from you, which will allow you to get on top of there. However, if you fail, you will not be able to make it to the ledge.
right.
So-
She can't risk it right now. She's gonna swim straight.
Yeah, so you go the frog creature that put a spear into your leg is not able to get the opportunity of attack because of your newfound speed as you hit the water and you're right up on the ledge. Not quite enough to pull yourself up, but you are there. Freddy is merely 10 feet away.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Powerful move, Jasper.
Thank you.
It is.
Show me your moves.
Show me your moves.
Yo!
Come on.
So the one that was following you, Jasper, gets on top of that platform, sees you, Rory, with your back to it, and it's going to make 2 attacks against you.
I'm so sorry,
Mm.
Roranag.
That's a 16,
It's not hit.
and that one's an unnatural 20.
That will hit.
You take. You lucky son of a bitch. That's 2.
Oh.
You get a spear straight into kind of the back. You flex and you're able to stop it from pressing in deeper, but as it pulls out, you feel that kind of your strength fading. It's becoming harder to breathe as you've got, blood leaking out through the back. Your stomach has been, your chest has been completely bruised. You've taken, hits from those, I think, rocks from earlier. It's getting harder and harder to breathe. It's messing up with your breath of the yellow rose. You're not able to get that hyperoxidization that you need. So, then we move on down to Jove.
Yes, I didn't want to interrupt the flow before, but I rolled a 17 for the concentration check to keep Hunter's Mark up after last time. So
Good
just
on
want to
you.
let you know
That
that I rolled
does.
that.
You do indeed maintain.
So I will use my bonus action to move it to inside this froggy for my Hunter's Mark, and then I will try and put my spear down as far as I can this thing's throat.
Go ahead and make an attack.
That is a 17.
A 17 will hit.
That will do. Lovely. Okay, that's going to do 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, you're able to stab into the tongue multiple times, and do some damage. But it is still has you grappled.
And I think that's all I can do then.
All right, you got it, Captain. Next is Rornak.
Alrighty, so I am going to make an attack on the humanoid creature that just came up and attacked me, not the one that is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do remember that part of the trick from the last time we used it. Don't attack him. So let's go here.
Who says monks aren't smart?
Yes. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 just hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage on that one.
Oh yeah, with that same frenzied strength, as you're just pushing, the tendons in your body to their full limits. You strike this thing straight in the mouth, and you can punch through the mouth. You actually feel like you've punched the back of its neck from the inside.
Ooh. Does he seem like he's about to go down, or is he looking sturdy right now?
He looks immediately like the eyes start to dilate at different degrees, a sure sign of a heavy concussion.
Gotcha.
So yes, looking pretty spicy.
Fortune favors the bold. I was gonna do the dodge, but fuck it. We're gonna go for another flurry of blows. Let's end this dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
buddy.
Let's go for it. Okay, does not hit on the first one. Does hit on the last one. It's a 21.
A 21 will do.
And that is for the max 4 bludgeoning.
You drive your fist and like into the throat. You can feel kind of the spine, and you just keep driving it further and further and further, and you feel the back of its neck kind of stretch out before you hear this awful tearing, and there's a as you drive your fist through the back of this thing's throat, and then pull it out to this awful reddish green kind of fluid, one part mucus, one part blood, as it drops on your feet, and you pull your fist back.
He definitely lets out a long cry. Not rehearsed, it's just primal at that point.
All right. Rory, do you have any movement? There's still the one that's asleep by your feet, but it is not taking any actions because it's asleep right now.
Yeah. Can I perceive any of the other ones over on like the other platforms? How well can I actually even see in here?
Since Jove has the one with the light, and that spreads out in 30 feet of bright light and then 30 feet
The
of
light
dim
is down. The light is concentration. Light is
Oh,
down.
the light is down. Right
Wait,
now,
wait. Let me check. Is it concentration? No.
it
It
just
lasts
lasts
up
for
to an hour. It is not concentration.
Excellent. That's what I thought, or else this fight
There you
would
go.
be even more difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, since Jove is the center, then that goes up in 30 feet, and then dim light another 30 feet. You can see Jove currently tangled up in this giant frog. You can see Jasper hitting the ledge. A spear being pulled out of Freddy right now. So yeah, you can see the one asleep by your feet. There's a giant frog grappling Jove, and then there's another one who just took out Freddy with Jasper fresh on his heels.
Okay. The one that Jove is on then, is that the one, is that like the southmost, kind of in the center?
Uh-huh. Indeed.
Okay. If I need to, being careful not to run onto the one that's asleep, I will definitely try to make the acrobatics to jump over there.
Make me the acrobatics.
Hell yeah. And that's an unnat 20.
Nice.
Yeah, you, with speed, just hit it at a full sprint, and the way that, cheetahs don't actually run, they just, touch the ground, and they're just really, jumping really, really fast. Your feet barely scrape the ground as you, a toe maybe drags across the line of the water as you hit the other platform.
Gotcha. And I don't think with the free action I can help try and free him. So I will just get up as close to that other toad, staff in hand, and end it there.
Got it. That one is still asleep. So it goes to that frog. It's going to make Jove. It is going to try to swallow you.
No,
Twat
no.
me? What?
Yeah, it's gonna swallow you. Yeah, no, that's a natural 19.
No.
Jove. So its bite attack does 4 points of piercing damage, and you are currently swallowed. You are blinded and restrained. You have total cover against attacks and other effects outside the frog, and at the start of each of the frog's turn, moving on, you'll be taking some acid damage as it suddenly the mouth goes all the way over you, and the whole chamber goes dark.
And I rolled an 18 for the concentration.
That is maintain, but the as Jove is, you hear and the yell of Jove just and suddenly it is pitch dark in here.
Gross.
Ugh.
Freddy.
Jesus.
Make me a death saving throw.
I thought you'd never ask. Death saves, you said add con, right?
We do. We add cons.
Good thing we do, because that was a 9 for 11.
One success.
There you go.
Love to see homebrew rules work the way intended. Love it.
Yeah.
Love to see
And
it.
actually make a difference.
Made a huge difference right there. All right. Then it is the humanoid, which I'm now just going to refer to them as what they are. Bullywug. It's going to go over to you, Jasper, and it's going to stab you.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds about right.
17
Yeah, that'll do it.
and a 16.
That'll also do it.
All right. You take 7 points of piercing damage from the spear and 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the bite.
Okie dokie. Spicy.
Looking real spicy. The same kind of awful cacophony of. We move back to the top with Jasper.
She. I like to think the reason she took those so hard is because she was climbing up and like knew that it was, climb up now or die. So she's just getting stabbed as she gets out of the water. And she reaches into her bag, and while she does, she calls out Lyrene's name in hopes that she responds.
You hear a splashing and a sound of Lyrene. Ah!
She's in the water?
Yeah, with a critical
Yeah,
fail.
she fell in with the crit fail.
Yeah.
Oh
She
my
is,
god.
Clearly
missed that
swimming is
part.
not her strongest suit.
Fucking Jesus. Alright, well... if I assume I knew that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you know that.
In which case I don't call out for Lyrene. I pull out my healing potion from my... Actually, it doesn't matter because it's dark, so I'm just gonna pull out my shield, use my bonus action to second wind. And hope it's... Yeah, I'll take it. I suppose.
D10 plus 2.
Yep. And I'll just attack with my lang sword with disadvantage.
Yep, you know it.
Bad already. Yeah. It's like a 6.
Yeah, just air
God
swing.
damn it, Lyrene.
Oof.
And
Come
I'm gonna
on, Lyrene.
put my oh my god, I'm gonna put myself between where I know Freddy is and the fucking humanoid thing.
Yeah, you do. Moving on down, it's Jove.
Ooh, all right. So he is. Yeah, he's just gonna struggle inside here and see if he can poke this spear through this thing's belly. And we've got
My belly.
There we go. We got a 21.
A 21 will do.
That's gonna do 12 piercing damage.
12 piercing damage. How do you want to do this, Jove?
Yes, Joe.
Yes. So like as it does, like one of its like, and like the jowls expand out. As they do that, he is gonna kind of birth himself through that jowl as he kind of pops that expansion of its skin and kind of slime himself through the front of this thing as the light returns to the room.
Real Nickelodeon style sliming.
Real, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He is
Oh my
head
gosh.
to toe slimered, and Yeah, I guess he'll just kind of take in the surroundings around him. So he's not going to move like off of this particular platform.
Yeah, you like Hercules after the end of the Hydra fight, come out in your mucus, and light returns back to the room. You see Rory standing next to you, looking across. You can see Jasper is now with lights reorienting herself to face another one of these bullywug creatures with multiple. You can see even from here multiple stab wounds. Freddy currently blood kind of pouring from his body, and you could see the kind of splashing motion of Lyrene trying to swim back to the ledge.
Yeah, and then he's gonna kind of, without words, just kind of look over at Rornak and just point over there with his spear tip as he starts making his way towards the edge, though he's not going to get into the water, and he will end his turn.
All right, Rornak, it's you.
All right. And I imagine you were pointing towards our comrades, or were you pointing
Precisely,
towards...
yeah, to the
Yes.
comrades.
Okay.
And kind of using his shield as a light to really beam it that way.
Gotcha. And they are on like that northmost one?
That's
Just making
southmost platform. So you guys are in like the center one. So there's the 5 of these, raised platforms. You're on the center one. Jasper and Freddy are on the very southern kind of ledge. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. So are they on the one of the submerged ones, or on that actual like
No, on that actual like ledge. So
ledge? Gotcha.
mhm.
Okay. Can do. Alrighty. Well, with that then, Rornak will go ahead and put the staff, wrap it around himself on his back, and he'll jump into the water and move and start heading over to that ledge.
Okay. Yep. You have
yeah,
enough movements to do that.
Yes, I do. I don't think there's any restrictions right now with this water. I do have up to 40 movement speed, so if I can, I would like to get up to Freddy.
Yeah,
Possible.
you're able to get to Freddy.
Okay, awesome. I am going to do a medicine check to try and stabilize him as I get out my herbalism kit.
Go ahead and try make a medicine check.
Righty. That's a 12.
A 12. A 12 will succeed. Freddy is stabilized.
Woo! Whew.
Not conscious, just stabilized.
Yes. All I
right.
need.
With that,
That'll be all.
moving on down. Freddy, you're stabilized, so you don't need to make a death saving throw. It is going to be the humanoid creature. It's going to make 2 more attacks against you, Jasper.
Okay.
That's a 17.
With my shield now equipped, it does not hit.
The other one is a crit.
That one surprisingly does hit.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Aha! I got the oh.
That is going to be for 12 points of damage.
Jasper down.
The spear comes through and just almost in the same spot that it got Freddy, the exact same spot, punches through, and all the kind of Jasper makes that really long inhale, like you see, sometimes kids do before they're about to let out a scream that rips through multiple planes of existence. But the sound never comes as you drop to the ground. And it turns with spear in hand over to you, Rory.
Right.
Then
Did that come my way, or is he just looking at me?
Oh yeah, he comes over. He's got the movement speed, so he's
Okay.
at you with spear poised. You're about to get fucking stabbed. But not this turn. Then we go to Jasper. Make me a death saving throw.
Love to. Hey, it's a con save, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 17.
That's one success.
Yeah.
All right. Then it's Jove.
Okay, so Jove is going to put his spear on his back. He's going to use his bonus action to transfer Hunter's Mark over to this guy that is in front of Rornak. Since he now has the fighting style thrown weapon, he's allowed to draw a javelin with his attack action, so he will do as such. And he will throw a javelin over at that dude and try and nail him right in the back.
See if you got it.
Ooh, that is a halfling crit fail. So I rolled a 2.
No, that it sails wide and hits against the back wall.
And yeah, he's gonna stay here. Honestly, he likes the distance.
All right, Rory, it's you.
Alrighty. Rising to my feet. We're gonna pull that staff off my back, and here we go. Final stand here, y'all. Attack and bonus attack. Main attack does not hit. Do a 16 hit.
A 16 does hit.
Okay, so the staff strike does not hit, but he does kind of force himself forward and does like a quick backhand on him, and that will hit him for 1 bludgeoning. So we did 1 bludgeoning here.
But you have unarmed fighting because you're a monk. So even if you roll minimum, did you add your dexterity modifier to it?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that I could add that on the bonus attacks.
Oh, is it the bonus? Okay, it's the bonus.
Yeah. No. The primary attack was with the staff, and then I can do an unarmed attack.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would only hit for the 1.
All right, it does. It is. Then its turn. It's going to make 2 attacks against you, Rory. That's a 19.
Gonna
That's
hit.
a 3. That's the
First
bite.
one will hit.
All
Okay.
right, the bite. Here's my D4. The bite is 4. 4 points of piercing damage.
Yep, I'm downed.
All right. We back up the top. Jasper, give me a death saving throw.
Okay. With the con save, I manage an 11.
That's a second success.
Uh,
All right. Then it's Jove.
Jove is gonna whistle with his hands and say, "Hey, ugly, over here!" And he's gonna toss another javelin over at it.
Okay.
Come on. That is a 16.
16 will hit.
Huzzah. Okay, and that is going to be for... that is for 13 piercing.
13 piercing. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god. If the dude turned around at the response, he's really just trying to sail that thing to get a nice arc to hit kind of at the base of the throat is really where he's going, but he's going for mass at this point. So he's trying to sink it in, like that. He gives the little like a little raven jump beforehand, kind of gets almost his toes at the edge of that platform, and full body right at the froggy boy.
Yeah, and it sails right on through and takes this creature from its feet and travels back a ways. Not quite hitting the wall, but enough to javelin sticking up straight from its chest. It moves no longer. We're still going to stay in initiative, though.
Okay, then after that, I'm gonna take I've only got 25 feet of movement, so I'm gonna use that to try to float on over to the platform, and I'm gonna, if Lyrene is she just still bobbing in the water?
She's gotten to the ledge at this point.
Okay, then he's gonna yell at Lyrene. Says, "Well, back up, go on, help him."
she's gonna try her damn bestest, but she looks at you with a frightened and kind of crazed look as this is all happening. I need Rornick to make me a death saving throw.
Will do. That's a fail.
It's one fail.
No.
Lyrene pulls herself up. God damn it! Come back! Come back! Damn it, Favonius. One failure for Rornick. She pulls herself up. Goes over to Jasper. And for funsies. All right. She finds it, and she's going to give you, Jasper, your health potion.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
You heal for rolling it. For 9.
Okay.
So you're stabilized. It is then Jove.
All right, I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get back up. Seeing that Lyrene has administered the potion to Jasper, really Rornack is the worst looking of all of them.
Oh yeah, Rornack is actively bleeding out.
Gotcha. Well, Rornack doesn't know much in the way of medicine, but he's going to go over and start trying to administer some help. Maybe with like a medicine check or something.
I do need a medicine check.
All right. He says, "Come on, friend. You gotta stay with me here." Oh, that's an 18.
An 18. Rornack is stabilized. Jasper is conscious.
Jasper's gonna be trying to help Freddy.
Yeah. Rory and Freddy are both unconscious but stabilized.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're gonna end it here for tonight.
Oh shit!
Yay.
Well, howdy doody, guys.
Well,
I had a fun turn.
You did.
Hey, we learned a valuable lesson. Keep the clothy next to somebody with a shield.
Guys, I hate to say it.
That wouldn't have made the difference. I took one hit.
True, yeah, you did get kind of McMashed, so.
The bite didn't matter. The one hit killed me. The shield wouldn't have done anything.
Also, there's still an enemy in here. It's asleep right now, but there's still one.
Yeah, that's true.
True,
All
yeah.
right. Real quick before we jump into our posts, we're gonna say goodnight to chat.
Good night.
Night chat.
Night, night, thanks for watching.
Night chat.
Thank you. Abba Costello, another TV viewer, and Casino Things have this too. Ice Wizards, Let's Do This Music, and Nuclear Pigeons. We appreciate you continue to watch. And a future Dom. I hope you enjoyed this. Close, but no cigar, right, buddy? All right. Good night, chat.
Fuck you, future.
Good night.